Hello. I'm not muted now. Hooray. I love how that happens. I do my absolute best to make sure that we don't have audio reverb. Then what the goddamn phone is now playing the stream. What the I'm not sure if anyone could hear that. Oh, that was absurd. I have no idea if anyone actually heard that, but so I was looking at the stream on my phone, and I turned my phone off and I put my phone down, but I obviously didn't turn it off the right way. And so after going through literally all of my tabs and making sure I didn't have the stream open on my computer in a way that would cause the audio to reverb when I started the stream, the moment I start the stream, I start hearing my phone talking at me in my own voice, which absolutely threw me for a loop. So yeah, that was a rather entertaining thing that happened. I'm almost sad you didn't hear it, because that was very, very silly. But yes, as I was saying, when I was muted, professional streamer and everything, it's currently raining outside, so I just had to run through a whole downpour to go and close down a bunch of bird hutches, which was extremely fun and not in any way soggy. So I had to go take a shower before coming on stream. And as you can also see, I hopefully have managed to get stream elements. It says that it's working on my OBS. And if I go to, yeah, I was looking at it earlier in my stream preview, it shows that my chat window my chat is open in the stream itself. Right, a mod for an almost 10 years old version of the game. Yes, look, don't ask me. I suggested TerraFirma Plus, but Nenilove wanted regular TerraFirma. I don't really know the difference, but I mean, they seem to be fundamentally pretty damn similar, so I don't complain too much. Don't perpetuate the meme of the endless rain in England. I'm not in England. Why take a shower for that? Doesn't rain itself substitute for a shower? No, it does not. Besides, I've been taking some quite long walks in the past couple of days, so it was definitely time for a shower. I usually shower once every day or 2 days or so. Because the thing is about my house, because it is a 200-year-old house, it does not have the plumbing necessary for a proper shower, so I have a weird thing that fits over the taps instead. Or faucets for all you disgusting colonialists. Yeah, so it's a bit awkward to take a shower sometimes. It's, so I generally don't take a shower all that often, and I also hate baths. I really hate baths. I find they waste time, and they take up far too much power. Like to heat the water for a shower takes like 15 minutes. Heat the water for a bath takes like an hour. Build a new house, forehead. No, definitely not in this economy. Forget that ever happening. Besides, I literally can't even knock down this house because it's classified as a historical building. It's an ancient Irish farmhouse, so every modification we do to it has to be removable. You live in the 17th century. Yes, unironically, yes. Our house is literally from about the 17th century. Don't blame him, chat. Roman plumbing, all the leads, you know. No, don't have that excuse, because Ireland was never colonized by the Romans. We never had Roman plumbing. Bureaucracy love. Yeah, pretty much. It's really frustrating and really annoying, but in some ways I'm fine with it. Like, the hilarious thing is, like, the hilarious thing about my house is that it is a protected building. It's a 200-year-old farmhouse. But before it became a protected building in, like, the 1970s, the Irish decided to modernize it. And what they did was, they basically, you see, all these old Irish farmhouses have a recessed floor. The floor is lower than the outside of the building. And so you open the door and you step down into like the hearth area, which is covered with flagstones. There are no foundations on this house at all, by the way. There's no foundations whatsoever. It is four hedge walls. The walls are basically hedges. They are poured concrete on two sides, and in the middle is earth. Just poured earth, and then you build the roof on top. And there used to be half of it used to be a cowshed with no flooring whatsoever, which is now bedrooms. They are not very good bedrooms, and we would love to change them. But yeah, and as I was saying, that in the 1970s, the Irish decided to modernize it, and they absolutely destroyed the place. They poured, so the Irish were extremely poor in the 1970s, and they, instead of regular concrete, they used, or cement, they used sea cement, which is basically you take sand off the beach, and then you use that as cement. The trouble is that sand has salt all through it, so the resulting cement quality is incredibly poor. And so they took a whole bunch of cement and they poured it directly into the flooring of the house until the house was level with the outside. And then they cut through all the ceiling arches and installed a second ceiling underneath the regular one. They cut through that with just saws and power and whatever power tools they had, and they threaded electrical wiring in because it was a thatched roof originally. And then the only good thing they did is they put tin on the outside over the thatch. So the tin roofing is actually one of the best roofs I have ever had in any house whatsoever. It is amazing. And one of the advantages of having walls that are over 3 feet thick is that heating the place is incredibly easy. All you need to do is turn on... We have wood fires. Turn on a wood fire for an hour or two, and the place will be 30 degrees Celsius for 24 hours without any additional extra effort. It is the warmest, comfiest house we have ever lived in by far. Some of our friends out at Innisteag, they have a old friary building, which is massive as a personal house. It is enormous. It's something like 3 stories tall, and the roofs are each about 14 feet high. Walk into one of the bottom floor rooms, and the ceiling is 14 feet above your head. It is a beautiful and massive house. It is also about -7 every single day, regardless of what the outside temperature is, because there is no insulation, and the size of the interior rooms means they are absolutely impossible to heat, and the humidity is all... everything... They have a whole, they used to have a whole library section. I think they've gotten rid of it now, but yeah, you can't keep books in there or anything because the moisture gets at them and destroys them very quickly. It's a beautiful building, but it is completely and totally impractical. You can tell that these old buildings were built to have maidservants and manservants taking them. Single glazing or bust. You obviously don't live in a country that has 250 days of rain a year and an average temperature of about 10, 12 degrees Celsius. You have snow during the winter. It depends strongly. We either get no snow whatsoever and a very mild winter, or a massive amount of snow and a brutally cold winter. There is almost no variation in Ireland. It's either one or the other. It's one extreme or the other. Where are your servants? Don't look behind the shed, I'll say. But anyway, I am not going to be distracted. My interaction with chat is going to be a bit awkward because I tried to get the stream on my phone. That's why my phone started saying my own voice back to me. But the problem is, on mobile, you can't get the stream. You can't get the stream chat. I don't know how to get the stream chat on mobile, which is very irritating. So I'll have to tab back and forth a bit. I remember I played this version on single player just to get a basic hang of it. I have done a tiny bit, but very little overall. And I don't know if there's creepers, because I did run around for an entire night and wasn't attacked by anything. I don't think there are creepers or zombies. I did try and punch a boar in my single player world, and it killed me in 1 hit, or maybe 2 hits. So, yeah, wildlife is pretty vicious. But I'm probably going to be able to tab in and out and look at chat every so often, but don't expect it to be completely accurate. Logging in. This is where we discover that I can't... No. It works. Tell me if you can hear the... Oh. Hello. I've already done a bit... How many people are on? I've already done just a little bit of stuff here. Not a huge amount. I was collecting some... Yeah, I've collected some straw. There's a grace period. Grace... Oh. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing for the most part. I'm role-playing a survivor, one of those idiots that that plays survivor. Oh no, I do have to chop down a tree. Got it now. Lol. Me punching down a tree. TERRAFIRMA craft, for those who are unfamiliar, is basically a they call it, I think, what survival mode, as it should have been. Yeah, I have done some. I've got the tutorial and stuff open in a different tab on my browser. Already has tools cheater. Look, I played this server for about 30 minutes to get the basic tools and stuff. Right now, whoa, what was that? Thought I saw red eyes for a second. That was creepy. Why is this glowing? Is it actually a glowing mushroom? What? Lion's mane. Oh, it's that stuff that I take as an. Oh, let's go hunt. Oi, Io, let's go hunt him down. I am going to say no. Remember, I still have the power to ban you from the forums, so don't get ideas. Chop down this spruce tree. But yeah, TERRAFIRMA craft is basically very hardcore survival content. You can't even bash trees and stuff. Ah, what was that? What happened there? Don't know. Guess my thing didn't have enough durability to like. Tree? That was. Can't hold it. And you can't even punch trees or anything. There's the stone tools do not allow you to break stone. Rocks, rather. A whole bunch of different crafting materials, too. Fortunately, it does give you, like, a helper. All the stuff that you can craft here. Oh, and I'm actually... What's, let me see. Yes. Oh, you have to use lumber. Oh, blimey, you need to store. God, I'm getting altitude sickness from climbing a hill. Yeah, I'm gonna play this for an hour or two this evening, simply because I like it. I have always had a problem with regular Minecraft because I found it far too easy in the recent versions. I started playing in like 2012, I think. Stuff was still very hardcore back then, and I enjoyed that a great deal. Lion's Mane based. Yeah, considering how much of a chore installing this mod is, don't expect a lot of people joining. What the hell are you talking about? This is the one of the easiest mods to install ever. You literally, let me just laugh at you first. Let me just laugh at you, you absolutely pathetic person. Literally all you need to do is download a single folder. Then you need to download another thing. I'm getting murdered by something, I think. Was I? Oh, I thought I was moving for a second. Yeah, you need to download a single folder. You need to download a version of Forge. In fact, you don't even need to download the specific version of Forge that Nene Love wanted you to. You can just go to the regular Forge and select 1.7.10 and install that. Proctor, I'm starving and thirsty. Yes, I know that. I'm trying to find water. Where is water? Is it J for journey map? Oh, yes, yeah, you need to just pick the version of Forge, and then you need to copy paste the mods into the folder that your install was on. That's all you need to do, and then just start the game. It's the easiest thing ever. You don't need to use any installers, you don't need to use any exe files or anything like that. It is about, I would say that it takes you roughly 15 button presses if you timed it. 15 button presses and maybe 2 minutes to install the mod pack. I'm so sorry for you that it doesn't have a convenient installer on Steam where you just press one button and all the work is done for you. You poor sweet baby. You poor sweet innocent who probably doesn't even know what a Windows search bar is. You poor delicate creature. You need to take the scorn in my voice for people like this. My genuine and sincere contempt for people who don't understand how to install mods in modern era. I can't look at chat right now. They're probably all screaming at me. Drink at the very least. Remember that from other versions of the game. I remember I used to play MineZ a fairly large amount many years ago. MineZ was... It's MineZ. I went back to it a year or two ago to look at it and it's gone. I remember when mods were a pain to install. Yeah, I remember too. I remember modding before... Yeah, I remember meta-inf. I remember also a time when Minecraft servers had very strange interactions with mods. You could actually take mods onto servers. I remember using, I think it was called Alien's Detector. It was like an earlier form of X-ray, and you could like installed a widget on your screen that showed you the like the Y level that you were on and all the ore nearby. I used to use that on public servers, and that was really funny because you could, for some reason, use that mod on servers that didn't have it because it was client side. And that was great. That was really fun to use. It wasn't like as good as X-ray, but I was never caught for using it. And yeah, I was a cheater because I hated the amount of this thing. I don't like grinding. I really dislike grinding in these games. But at the same time, I think that the level of anti-grinding that Minecraft has had in its most recent update is completely ridiculous. Yeah, Zenlar would like this mod. It has, this mod has, I don't think it's accurate necessarily, but it has like a ton of, actually Zenlar, have you ever played Dwarf Fortress? I feel like Dwarf Fortress would really be up your alley. Ah, why did I just skip? It has real geology, or at least fairly close to real geology. What am I doing? How do I get food, Nenilove? That's the thing. I didn't get that far in the tutorial. How exactly do I get food? Best way to get food. That. Eat myself. Okay, fine. That's really helpful. Thank you so much. Oh, it's a cow. That's an oryx. I know what an oryx is. I've studied history. I am not taking that thing on. Those who don't know, the oryx was an ancient form of cow that was the size of a small elephant. And they were known as a symbol of one of the most powerful beasts in the entire ancient world. Yeah, exactly. I know. Trust me. I know history. Can I break this? I cannot. I had a shovel. Where did I... There it is. Make spears and duke it with water. Yeah, I do have... the annoying thing is I have too much bloody stuff on me. I need... Oh, I found your old base. Nice. Tuck away some of this stuff. I've got plenty of... Can't. Take the stuff. I needed another one of those. I can make with these. No. I can make stuff with straw. I can make straw block, as that can be shelters. Some of this useless crap. Indian pipes. I do like the extra wildlife they added. That's kind of fun. Right now I need to focus and javelin. Is it spear? Spear. What I need. Head. Stone javelin. Oh yeah, this is napping. You literally just build stuff out of wood, pieces of. I got it right. Excellent. Stone javelin head. Oh, that's not how it works. Okay. How the heck do I make this thing? Stone javelin. Pole. Oh, I need a pole. Great. I got rid of my pole. That's annoying. Oh wait, I think I see how to use this. I was an idiot. I actually had a pole and then I got rid of it. Because the other version of the mod that I had, you don't need to do that. I don't think you just make it out of sticks. How many javelins do I need? Probably a fairly large amount overall. Let me. Sorry. Does this mod have backpacks? I'm not sure. Those would be really useful. That'd be a great mod to add, honestly. myself 4 javelins. Napping interface. Excellent. I really like the backpack spot. That's a failure. If you mess up the napping pattern, then you lose the rock that you're using. I played a bit of RL Craft once. I quite liked RL Craft, but it was obnoxiously hard. Just everything kills you in one hit unless you have god tier armor. And I saw a bunch of videos saying actually RL Craft is pretty easy. You just exploit it the hell out. And I find that a bit annoying. See this. Yep, and I can back up again. Do these disappear? No, love. Do these disappear completely if I hit something with them, or do they just use durability? Look at chat for a second because it's not okay. Rockta, the Godzilla once on. Okay, I will drag him in. Hello, you're on.
I just need to mute the stream a second. Okay, I don't want to yell at you. I want to yell at Clippers belong in the slums with actors and other riffraff. Listen here, you little shit. Dwarf Fortress, walk so in Minecraft, you kids can run. All right.
Wait, are they talking trash about Dwarf Fortress?
Yes.
Dwarf Fortress poop TBH. Yeah, I would time you out, but I'm not quite that petty. Like, you're lucky that I have morals.
No, but here's the thing. All people know about Dwarf Fortress is even like the modern graphics mod packs. They don't remember. They didn't grow up on the ASCII art.
Yeah, I know. I mean, admittedly, I did switch away from ASCII art and the later editions, but yeah, ASCII art, I really liked it back in the day. Where's that Oryx gone? Find it and kill it. Oh, it's his water, I think.
Like shit, when I was growing up, I had a 28.8K modem connection. I was limited to text-based online ventures.
Oh yeah, I had dial-up because of my living situation. I had dial-up until about mid-2000s. Yeah, I think about 2010, 2012 actually was the last time I had dial-up.
Yeah, I think the area I grew up in only got like decent broadband outside of like the schools. Was like probably like, you know, early 2000s.
That is all of the javelins that I have. But I think I can get.
I don't think I ever played this pack before.
It's kind of nice. I quite like it. I especially like the aesthetics of it. Is it damaging itself?
Well, to be fair, the ancient ancestors of the cow weren't exactly smart. That's why we domesticated them.
Oh dear, oh dear. It might, well...
Although he is bigger than you.
This thing has... like thousands of HP. What the hell? Okay, I'm dead. Oh, that was fun.
That's what you get for picking on the cow. You get the horns.
This is this is one genuinely annoying thing about this mod. It spawns you in trees that you then have to take full damage to escape.
I can see that.
That is quite an annoying feature. That even happened on like the latest feature, the one that I think 1.16 or whatever when I was testing it, TERRAFIRMA Craft Plus. It has never done that to me. Well, it sucks to be you, or at least less to be you. My death point. Far away that I die. Let me check.
I know. Whenever I play Minecraft, one of my mandatory enchantments is always Featherfall because I am just that clumsy, especially when I'm in the Nether.
Yeah. Also, why don't I respawn at full health?
Because fuck you. That's why.
I'm starting to regret my choices right now.
You will take your choices, and you will like them. Goddammit.
Yeah. When did you get into Dwarf Fortress? Do you remember? Do you remember the 2D days?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of my order of operations because.
Do you remember Boat Murdered?
Maybe. Truth be told, I mostly played it on the school library computer during recess.
That must have been fun. Dwarf Fortress had just a slight tendency to devour your CPU after a while.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like I would, try to rush my, like rush my build or whatever and stuff until like the bell rang. Because otherwise, it was mostly mean. Or, either that or me and the guys would play multiplayer tank wars.
Oh yeah, I remember that game. That was
Yeah, it was fun. It's like, what is this physics? Screw that shit. Put it on borders. We'll bounce ricochet off those bombs. And then Worms came out, and then we never looked back.
Oh yeah, Worms was I was forbidden from playing Worms on my home computer
Why?
because it made me too hyperactive. I got too into it.
Well, yeah, okay, I can kind of see that because we got worked up too. And that was like old Worms before they started, cutting back on some of the jokes.
Yeah, I think I played like Worms 2000. Worms 2000 was my favorite. It had like the most in-depth weapon customization options. Customize every single weapon to an insane degree. And I don't know why,
Yeah.
but they kind of dropped that. Like they kept things like the power settings and so on for weapons, but I don't think there's any modern Worms that lets you go anywhere near as in-depth as Worms 2000 did for weapon customization.
I'll give Worms 2000 being a good solid game, but I just have nostalgia for Armageddon because that's the one we just played to death.
Is that the one with like the mutator things, the modifiers and stuff?
I want to say yes. It has been a while.
It's been a very long time since I've played Worms, honestly, which is a shame because Worms is really damn good.
Yeah, the Worm series did perfect the effectively Tank Wars clones.
Vessel with like 8 ingots worth of copper just glitched out and disappeared. Well, sucks to be you, lol. How do I get my items back?
You don't.
What?
If this is the right mod I'm thinking of, I think your loot I think your loot does despawn, but I could be wrong.
Are you kidding me?
Don't quote me on that. I'm going through my mental Rolodex.
Oh no. And that's oh no, here it is. Oh thank goodness. I would be really pissed off and insist they change that if in the settings if that was the case, because that would be bullshit. I'm sorry. I like realism, but not the. But I don't consider. Oh, your items just poofed into the nether dimension as realism. Sorry.
Well, that's usually my safe bet whenever I see a quote hardcore mod is your item's gone. Deal with it.
Yeah, I prefer like realism to a decent degree. Wait, is this? I don't know what the ADSI does even. Oh right, I can't do that. It's annoying. Oh well.
Ads. It's called ads.
Ads.
I know it's spelled funny, but it's called ads.
Ads. It's spelled very weird.
I should know that's a legitimate geology tool that I have to use from time to time.
What is it? What do you use it for?
It's literally a fat pickaxe that acts as a shovel/spade, but with pickaxe function.
Okay. I'm familiar with it. I just never had to pronounce it before, actually.
Yeah, I usually end up using it for clay sample digging.
You're still an active geologist, I assume.
I've been on a long break, but I still know my stuff.
Burn one. Yeah, does this I think these javelins and so on like inflict bleeding damage or something because I saw it still taking damage over time even after I hit it. It's quite interesting.
If there's any damage modifiers, it should be in the tooltip.
Okay, I'll dump. I'm just kind of hitting stuff and seeing what drops. Can I make this straw? Can I turn it back into? Yes, I can. And so there's absolutely no reason. A cute little straw house to cower in for when the nasty men. Stone knife. So how do I get that death off my screen?
Pray to God.
I'm sure. Just players.
By which I mean Nene.
No, I'm never calling a Mexican that. Sorry.
We'll split the difference. Call him Jesus.
Tabled off. Save. Oh, that didn't. Going. Go. This is gonna be fun.
You go in them and you die.
Yeah, definitely. Look back at chat for a second. See if anybody has. I've played plenty of Dwarf Fort. It's been stagnating since 0.41. I will say that I really disliked the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress because apparently a whole load of nonsense was added to it, or rather taken away, and there was this whole fracas on Twitter or whatever about the developer being, you know, typical. I think they outsourced the development of the Dwarf Fortress game to a company which was known to have some, shall we say, rainbow individuals on it, who then went on Twitter and talked about how it was an exciting experience to be able to modernize this game. What?
You are correct. They did. I remember reading about this as it came out.
I know, and I really find it upsetting because you can really tell that, is it Zach or Tarn who is the main one building it?
I forget.
But you can tell from the interviews that guy has done that he's a genuine and complete nerd who doesn't really get the idea of human interaction. And, like, forcing him into the arena where he has to take on the Rainbow Mafia is just not fair in any way and not something that he should be doing.
Well, it's kind of like the lead developer guy from No Man's Sky. It's just he didn't have any social skills, so he kind of got pushed around kind of deal.
Yeah, poor Sean Murray. But I mean, hey, the No Man's Sky is apparently an actually good game nowadays.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it eventually found its place, but, like you get, like, a very tech savant in a social setting, you're going to have problems, and that seems to be the case with the Dwarf Fortress guy and the No Man's Sky guy. It's like effectively the same thing.
I agree. Good grief. I do like how pretty this mod is, though. This is a really nice mod, even without stuff like shaders or anything. It's really good. The ambient sound is nice. Frogs and really atmos. I just kind of want to wander around and see what I'm going to stumble in. But what should I be? Oh yeah, I do need food, so I find something to eat. Do I really want to? Uh,
Well, it's either that or you find shrooms and you unleash your inner Pipkun.
no, I don't intend to do that. There are some things that I'm not going to do. Some limits that I am not going to bring myself to cross.
Evidently, those limits don't include cows.
Joy. I'm very happy that I'm a very small YouTube channel just yet. I don't really have to care about that kind of stuff. I honestly, I don't really care overall about slurs and stuff. If it gets me, I don't ever think I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna be monetized or anything like that. I will legitimately just go to Kick or some other place like that if I have to, because I genuinely hate YouTube's stuff. I just absolutely despise it. Devil's fingers stinkhorn. It's definitely not edible. But yeah, I don't really want your meat, Nene Love. I really don't want your meat. Thank you very much.
You don't want the spicy Latin meat?
No, thank you. I will say that that Mexican meat and so on is really, really interesting. But it is also kind of terrifying. It's same with Polish and like I go into their they do have some nice shops around here in Ireland that have only grown as like from refugees. Like the stuff they have in their shops is amazing, and it's also kind of terrifying. Ow, what hit me? Hold or something. That on the map. Wait. Goes up there. Is this some kind of player base or something?
Here be dragons.
I hope not. Another thing I find irritating about these kind of mods. What are those? Wild horse. Oh, there's okay. So they're sleeping. That's interesting. That's another thing I wish that I really find it annoying that Minecraft has this weird problem with actually making, like, they allow things like pandas and nonsense like that, but the idea of animals sleeping or resting or anything like that is just completely alien to the developers, and they never add it. If I poke one of these ones, will they all attack me? That's my question.
I don't think the horses will attack you. They'll probably run off.
Yeah, probably will. Probably. Okay. It's pretty. That sky is really atmospheric experience.
I've always been a sucker for skyboxes.
Yeah, that's cute. Nice and Polish does not belong in the same sentence. I really like Polish people. And the trouble is that I think I've said this story on the forums before. Rainbow people also tried harassing RimWorld developer for having unrealistically low percentages of a pawn spawning as not straight and not being able to change orientation. But wait, why would they be angry at you not being able to change orientation? Like trans people and so on, they say that you can't, like, you're born that way, that you can't change.
They're communists. They're always angry. What are you talking about there, dude? Their life is misery.
Yeah, I don't get the idea of the modern day flagellants.
White man sin. Simple as.
Oh, autumn is starting. Can I? Yes, I can. Magical lily pads that can support the weight of an entire person.
Those actually exist. Don't knock it.
Yeah, but they can't hold up against a very large person, or like
Okay,
they can
fair.
support children, but not whole adults. Thing. Right, I'm gonna take my life into my hands. Hey, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. That's a tiny bit weird and glitchy.
He died as he lived, lost and confused.
Whoa! God damn it! Well, the bright. Oh, wait, did I actually take damage then? Oh, I don't think I did. Like, why do I spawn in a tree every time? What is it with spawning me in a tree all the damn time?
It was you who was the leaf this entire time. Ah.
Don't even make that joke. There are many jokes you can make at my expense. Please don't make jokes about me being Canadian.
Just did.
No.
What is this, Pokemon?
Nope. Hey, I tried the Pixelmon stuff for a while. Didn't really get into it, honestly. I find the autistic dedication quite impressive, but kind of reminded me why I fell off Pokemon in general.
I should have given up after X and Y, but I was stupid.
I wish they'd just make Pokemon as 2D sprites again. I think that the transition to 3D completely killed my interest in Pokemon because it took all of the imagination out of it and turned this pretty interesting thing into Sorbus.
I agree with you, but the only way you're going to fix Pokemon is that if you get rid of Game Freak and bring in another company because they are sick and tired of working on Pokemon and they legitimately do not care.
Well, I don't really blame them because Nintendo keeps giving them like 1 year to develop an entire new game.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying that they don't have constraints and stuff, but they legitimately do not want to deal with it anymore, and it shows. So the only way you're going to fix that is if you want the 1 year development cycle, you have to cycle that over like at least 3 or 4 companies.
Yeah, Yeah, it's really frustrating, and also how like Sonic Team and so on gets a ton of nonsense poured on them for all the problems their games have, and yet when Pokemon has problems, they're still the highest grossing games of the entire year by a massive margin.
Insert consume meme here.
I know. But like Pokemon Home and so on, that really rubbed me the wrong way too. I much prefer emulation for Pokemon games nowadays, if I ever play them at all. Like, I don't want to deal with any of this nonsense. I just want to install a ROM hack or something that lets me catch all the Pokemon that I like in a single region.
Same.
Like, I get enough stuff with forced exclusivity with Bandai and their premium Bandai model kits, which is really stupid. Oh no, I've been tracked down. Wait. My green and verdant land has been invaded. Wait, why are you wearing a hat? Why are you wearing a straw hat? You're not... You're really embracing the Asian stereotype.
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker.
And you got a cape as well. I got a cloak as well. Why are you taking damage? What's damaging you?
Your mere presence.
I'm not that racist. I'm not that racist. Come on. Give me some credit.
I don't know. You're British.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna find my last death.
He's the Vietnamese Mexican. Yes. Yes, the unknown regiment of the Viet Cong. The Mexicans.
Yeah, okay. I'm randomly collecting rocks with such enthusiasm. I just like collecting rocks, man. The most annoying thing of living with a very bohemian parents is that you just constantly trip over random stuff that they've collected. Or I cleaned out this shed, something like 300 pounds worth of seashells at least.
And I helped my mom clear out the barn one time, and buried underneath a bunch of garbage there was like this wagon from like the 1800s or something.
Wow.
I was like, why is this? He's like, why is this here? Oh, your grandparents left that to my eldest sister. It's like, she ever going to come for it? I don't know. So it's still here? Yep.
Get rid of it.
I don't know. It's not like you're going to restore it or anything. It's half rotten.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing, is that my family tends to buy stuff that is genuinely would be useful, but then it just kind of molders away because Ireland is such a wet, damp country. You can't store anything. That's why I like building model kits out of plastic, because the plastic is never going to fade unless you do something stupid like leave it in direct sunlight. I can leave my stuff anywhere that I like for like 20 years, and if it's properly sealed, it'll still be fine. I can still...
Well, I understand the moisture thing. I'm from Cape Breton, so all we have is rain, fog, and wind.
Where's my... Where did I fall in the valiant battle against the animal?
Hey, Nene Love's not an animal. He's Nene Love.
I haven't started my battle against him yet. This is I won't say practice, but there we go. Did I not take everything? Still freaking there. I wish I knew how to get rid of that death thing.
Here lies Proctor. He never scored.
Oh, that's what the mass was. You don't give up hope just yet. So that shows up weirdly. So the horses are on my map. I see. That's what I was seeing on my map. I thought that was like a mountain or actual creatures. I'll keep that in mind. Wait, can't I just do the classic thing of just standing on gravel or dirt? Nope. That's... Oh, wait, does it seriously do that? Oh, it does. Actually quite, I honestly don't mind that. That's actually quite cool. I think. Don't do that. What isn't straw? Can you? Can't you?
Hey, hey, chat. Vote 1 if he falls to die damage. Vote 2 he dies to the horses again.
I will figure this out. I will figure this out. This. There was only one horse that attacked me. I'll try the proximity thing. I tried the proximity thing, and we go. Bet these bloody things can jump. Get in the slaughter box. Get in the slaughter box. Get in. Ugh. Reminds me of trying to herd cattle in Mountain Blade. Oh, those mechanics. Mechanics were so annoying. Just get fooled because cattle in that game are really, really valuable, but then you try and move them anywhere and it... Well... I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's fascinating. Is this a fascinating experience for you, chat? Me just out here pushing horses into a hole.
So what you're saying is you're Vosh.
Shut up. Okay, that's another one of the things you are not allowed to talk about, okay?
I'm just speedrunning all of them.
Vaush is impressively stupid. There's the clip of him, yeah, he's talking about, I think one of my favorite, as in most, like the ones that causes me the most psychic agony to watch is, yeah, that's it. Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Just think happy thoughts. God. Get in the hole. Get in the hole.
You're Jank Uger now.
I actually don't know the context behind that one, so.
He's the head guy from the Young Turks, and he has a shall we say fixation with equines.
Why? What is it with these left-wing personalities and amorous attraction to horses?
Degeneracy knows no bounds with these people.
Oh, okay, it's time to die again. Wait, what's that? What's that do? Why does crouching create a random heart? This worries me just a little bit. I'm not gonna do that.
Teabagging's good for your health, I guess.
God damn it!
You're squatting. You're getting health. The logic works.
I hate animals. And
But
I'm in
they're
a
so
tree
tasty.
again. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna kill myself. Like, I'm not bothering with this nonsense. Come on, drown. Why are the water bubbles just represented by these weird little white icon thing? It's strange.
Super duper Vosh hasn't exactly gone on the kid thing yet. He's really mostly on the animal thing, but he has gone to bat for some of those people, though.
Indeed, and I'm in a tree again. What is it with? Yeah, the clip of Vaush that really disturbs and disgusts me the most is when he's watching. I think it's a talk, and there's a rape survivor, and they talk. He's talking about, oh yeah, this isn't talked about enough. Like she's talking about being a victim of sexual assault. We should all be understanding and sympathetic and everything. And then as he's watching the clip, she says, the police didn't do anything about my attacker because he was of a different race. And you can see the instantaneous switch of position in his head, and he literally starts screaming about her being a liar and about her being a racist and justifying her racism You like false flagging a sexual assault to try and get another race in trouble.
Well, you have to remember, people like Vosh are literal NPCs. Once it goes off the script, their programming fails, and then they fall back on their go-to, just yell at them.
Yeah, it is. It was amazing. Like, you would think it's a parody, but it's not. It's terrifying.
That's just the modern age, my dude. Say what you want, but the Soviets won in the end.
I wouldn't say they won, but that's a chasm.
Well, okay, let me rephrase that.
The Frankfurt
plan.
School one.
Yeah, that's it.
I should do a video on the Frankfurt School sometime.
Only if you do the companion piece of the Austrian school afterwards.
Yeah, the trouble is, all of this stuff, it's like a cancerous tumor. It spreads throughout the body of civilization. There's so many different avenues and aspects of it. That's the trouble when all these idiots... It's the funny thing is that people talk about Marxism and socialism being a road for a united humanity. If you read the writings of Marx and the early socialist parties, these people hated each other. About 90% of their writings are vicious denunciations of each other. On the scale of this person is an inhuman monster and should be stabbed to death in the street level vitriol.
Don't ask Marx on his opinion on the Jewish question.
Yeah, that was fascinating, especially considering that he had Jewish blood himself.
Well, Marx was the original useful idiot. The problem is he was a useful idiot to himself, which is funny because if you look, anyone who does any research on Marx's history, all you have to do is look up the name Engels, and that explains everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I think one of the... What was I going to say? Oh, ow. Right. There's literally nothing I can do in here. Yep, I'm stuck. I can't do anything in here.
The Valley of Death.
I'm just gonna... Oh, you just threw a steak at me. Thank you so much. Cooked beef, well done. Okay, alright. I appreciate that. Thanks. I like that. I like that system where it doesn't just vanish instantly when you eat it. Right, back to my... You know what? I'm going to use this grace period to look at the chat for a second.
Is he actively fucking with you, or is this all you?
No, he... What do you mean?
I don't know. I just see him kind of just sneaking around and stuff.
No, I don't think he's messing with me, really.
Okay.
And so it came to pass that we entered the Minecraft phase of the Autism Streamer Power Hour. I quite like Minecraft overall, but again, I dislike the way it went.
There's a free open source Minecraft clone called Minetest that works on pretty much all platforms. It's effectively Minecraft 1.0.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is about the older versions of Minecraft, they are quite limited in terms of the content they offer. I like the idea of things like farms. Why is my frame rate dead? Why is my frame rate dead? Okay.
Yes, fuck you, that's why.
Okay.
Let's go over to the Mises Institute in Minecraft.
That's great. Great. Go over the Mises Institute is... I'm rolling my eyes at you guys bringing that guy up, even up. Who are you talking about, Amira?
I think it's back in our Vosh talk.
Okay. Yeah, Minecraft is absolutely freaking out. It's let me just open Process Manager. What the hell's going on? Performance.
The potatoes rebelling.
That's strange. It says that I've still got tons of memory and everything. But I'll disconnect and reconnect. Let's see if that helps. Yeah, that's fixed. Point server. Ow. I got water while I'm here.
There is such a thing as invisible memory dumps. You might have to relaunch the whole program.
Yeah, we're fine. It's back to normal again, apparently.
Yeah, cool.
What do you think of the banned VT memes? Freak out. I think the guy is legit. Several people have DM'd me saying that he's the real guy, so doesn't seem to be particularly malicious. I find it kind of annoying that people are so instantly hostile to people from like Twitter and so on when they come here, because to be honest, they've been pretty nice so far. Like Courier Engine has been perfectly civil and decent. I had to warn him once because he didn't properly. I think he thirst posted or something, but he's never done that since. And yeah, I've had to warn more regular members a lot more than I have these like guys from Twitter and so on. Well, I have no real problem with them. And like, remember that it does add something, I think, to the forum to be able to interact with and talk to these people, because I mean, the more you know about them, the less they're likely the less they're just an anonymous face on Twitter. But yeah, I'm more than happy to have these people coming here. It's just if they become a disruption that I have a problem. And I do not count a disruption being them showing up saying, "Hey, I am this guy," and then like 20 people immediately starting to yell and scream at them for existing. Like, that's not a disruption, that's just people trying to start stuff, and that's stupid.
I just want to laugh at everyone involved.
Yeah, I know. I mean, at least it broke up the what was it? The thing that people were complaining about. Oh yeah, it was Mume being a lesbian or something. That was absolute hell, and I wish death upon every single person involved.
And I'm still chuckling slash cringing of the Hideo Kojima arc.
Yeah, I think it was. I think a mod banned him.
Okay, yeah, because I know you have an extremely low tolerance for LARP accounts.
No, it really irritates me because people keep taking the damn bait.
No, as long as you don't ban T800, I'll be fine.
At least T800, when he posts in his gimmick, he posts pretty much on topic overall, or something that is funny enough that something died out there. Was that just the stuff that I chucked there? If I go up here,
that
be death number 4.
Seth, I love you, but can we just kill this conversation? The Mume lesbian arc is dumb.
I know, it's like, it really annoys me that people just speculate about this kind of nonsense based on stuff they've seen on stream. And dude, do you not understand? The people that are streaming are not the same as the people they are in real life.
I know, some of them are even worse.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I like people like Kirshi and so on, because they're pretty raw and real when they're online. They're not really putting up a huge amount of a personality.
Who do you think I was talking about for being worse?
Sometimes.
I love Kirshi, but her moments are infuriating sometimes.
Can you get out of that pit? Can't. Good. Yes! My mistake was standing too close to the pit where it could actually fight me.
Defeated by a lame horse. Tisk tisk.
This is quite stupid though. This when it conflicts. Good grief, that sound. I'm actually turning that sound down. That's a bit. That is a bit too loud for me. I don't like the sound of animals in pain. I'll be honest, because I live on a farm.
Chat, the Maury being fat thing is incorrect because she's not even fat by American standards. Let's be real.
Yeah, I know. Why is it that people think that Maury Calliope is fat? Because she very obviously isn't.
No, and she's not even modern day chubby either.
No, I mean, she works out. I think the only problem she has actually is probably has too much muscle, because she said she works out a lot. So, and I've noticed that myself. It's been really irritating to me to kind of learn that working out really does absolutely nothing for fat or anything. Sum and substance.
The fat question is all about calorie in, calorie out. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm not fat, fortunately. Well, I'm slightly overweight for my BMI, but I'm not seriously in any way. But it's been really irritating just trying to lose stuff. Can I get near these things without? The trouble is, I have to get enough javelins. Oh, that's no problem. I can make more. Tedious with this crafting interface. I like this mapping interface. It amazes me what Minecraft modders can make.
Minecraft is the autism to end all autism.
I disagree. Dwarf Fortress is the autism to end all autism, and RimWorld can give both of them a pretty decent challenge on a good day.
Apparently, Factorio is the new kid for that nowadays.
Factorio is terrifying.
I
Factorio viscerally scares me at how much it
I
draws
ha
me in.
I have not purchased it specifically for that reason. But do you have a license for it?
Uh, Fortunately, Ireland lets you have stuff like that, but it's just everybody is always suspicious of you. Where is my logs? Did I not take my logs? Oh
Well,
no, there are my logs.
everything outside London is nothing but farms. So if you take everything away, you're gonna have an uprising of farmers you're not gonna put down.
Oh, that's... Where'd my knife go? Am I going insane? Oh, that's stupid. God, this happened. I don't think it does in modern versions. That's one thing I don't miss. After I finish slaying the horses, I will look back at chat for... It was annoying because I tried to get it on my mobile phone, but it just said no, lol. You mobile screen, you can't see chat. I should set up my laptop so that I can see the stream as well, but that's one more thing I have to set up. Rather limited space on my PC.
So I take it you're just one screening this right now.
Yeah, I'm just one screening it right now.
Okay.
I only have one screen. Since the thing is, again, I live in a very, very small Irish cottage, so I have
It's
this shared
understandable.
safely. Yes. This is they're all going to attack me. I might actually let them kill me just so that...
If you die to the horses again, I will make a Mr. Hands joke.
There... Oh, there is! It's a sling. Cross cordage. How do you cross... Ooh! That's interesting. How do you... That's interesting. What earth do you... Happy. Okay, this seems like something that I'll need to look up on the wiki. What are the wikis? Cordage.
I don't know if I love or hate modern gaming because one of the first things I'll do is that I'll Google and bookmark the wiki for the game I'm playing.
Yeah, I do that too. I don't like going into things blind at all. Raw cordage can be made by weaving straw. Alternatively, string will do. Even animal once you... That noise is annoying me a lot. How do you open the... Yeah, if anyone can tell me how to open the menu that lets me adjust cordage, that would be great. Triggered by this mod calling twisted cordage. It's kind of silly. I don't understand why I can't just...
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I thought you were actually talking about literal napping, as in rock napping.
Have you ever done that, Zenla?
Oh yeah, for shits and giggles, I tried it. It's not fun.
I'm trying to get into wood carving at the moment because I have a very extensive set of wood carving tools donated very kindly by my father. But it's just getting the space and the time. That's why it's me. Stop that. Very irritating.
If I'm being honest, I'll probably take up wood carving before gunpla building.
Well, gunpla building at least is pretty easy. Honestly, it absolutely drives me up the pole when I see people build bad gunpla. Because in my mind, once you learn the basics of gunpla, there is no excuse whatsoever to do it badly.
Oh no, understandable.
These aggressive tools.
Yet. Not aggressive towards you yet.
Stare at me.
He's gonna stare at you and kill you somehow.
Truck away. I mean, in fairness, I do food and everything. What? Put that away. Yeah, he's got a direct line of sight. He's got a direct path to me, so. Okay. Me? Oh? I think so. Yes! Wait, all of these are their own thing? Oh, that's annoying. We take, which is irritating, but saplings, dirt. Ooh, a large raw hide. That's definitely sinew. Sand. Good grief, how many of these? How much of this stuff is there? Oh, we'll spoil it really quick. Yeah, I will. Don't grab more than you need. I will come back towards you. And, yeah, there's some left over, so you can have it if you want. Where's the other guy? I can see. Yeah, I know you're miles away, but what about the other guy? Yeah, you can have that stuff. Have to build a fire pit. I will look at how to do. Ah, there it is. Into the first day, we'll probably want to create a fire pit for torches and cook selected. Mix together in a crafting fire. Okay.
And Love's gonna go LARP as Ned Stark.
Why is I can only throw stuff away if I put them on one? Oh, because that's items sits sense. Starter, and now throw 3 sticks on the ground or on the block. This is a flower. Sticks. They're all stacked on the same block properly. Look. Fire pit appears. Drop some logs on. Picking them up. That's not.
Ugh. Ugh, son of Grug, is disappointed at this poor display of fire
Oh,
making.
there it goes. I slightly misread the order in which I was supposed to do. There? Yes, I do. Look. Proctor, there's pheasants in this. Oh, great. Drop bones. Yeah, they do. They drop bones. Oh! Killed that.
No, super duper, Greg's not here, but he's here in our hearts.
Don't worry, I won't steal your items. I don't know who that is, by the way. I don't know what to address you as, and I'm not calling you. I suppose Io. I'm calling you Io. Oh, well done. Definitely well. That just burn. I do like, however, that I like stuff like this. You have to be far enough away. You need to kill them from far enough away that they don't aggro on you, I think. Never understood the appeal of rare meat.
When I first moved out to Alberta, we stayed at my friend's uncle's place, and he served us rare steak, and I almost choked to death.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of eating meat that is still kind of raw. It does not appeal to me in any way. I much prefer my meat quite well done. The only exception, well, it is still cooked. Like it's Serrano ham and so on. That stuff is really good. It's cured, not it's cured, not cooked. What I love to do is I love to put Serrano ham on top of pizza, and that is gorgeous. Stick it in the oven for like 15, 20 minutes or so, and it comes out really nice and crispy, like very thin bacon on top of pizza. Oh, that's good.
I don't have one, but I'm a proponent of sous vide cooking.
What's that?
Pretty much what you do is you vacuum seal and effectively boil the meat. And if you want, you can actually sear it in the pan afterwards to get the crisp skin. But it does
Oh,
cook it does cook thoroughly in the bag and boiling method. That's
that's
not really
nice.
boiling. It's effectively a long slow cook.
Nice. I've been practically addicted to shallots the past few days. I don't know why. Maybe it's my body telling me I need more vitamin C or something after COVID, but my preferences for food have radically changed after COVID.
Or you're just getting old.
I don't think I'm getting old in the space of 3 weeks.
Yeah, I
That's
think you
not how
are.
it works. No, I'm
Oh,
not.
trust some days it does feel like it does.
A ton of horse meat here. I didn't realize how much each one gave. Otherwise, I would have not committed horse genocide, but I was possessed by the spirit of vengeance. I was possessed by the avatar of Cain after witnessing one too many Mori Calliope horse memes, so I just had to kill. I'm surprised this fire pit lasts so long on just 3 sticks. Well, I did put in 2 logs. Speaking of logs, I need to chop down another tree. Oh, I don't like that noise at all. I remember playing the forest once with a Scotsman, and like he for some reason got incredibly creeped out whenever a turtle, like in that game, which you have to slaughter to get like he was really weirded out by the killing of turtles.
Maybe you watch Cannibal Holocaust one too many times.
Yeah, possibly. Fortunately, I've never done that. I do not expose myself to such things. I'm a sane individual. I don't feel a desire to destroy myself mentally by watching that kind of.
I had a checklist growing up of exploitation films. Pretty much as Brad Jones recommended it, I watched it.
It is constantly, it has always like baffled me that people want to expose themselves to that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I grew up on beheading videos back in the day before that was in vogue.
Ugh. Like with Kirshi, I've never known Kirshi express such childlike wonder and joy at discovering some new horrifying thing that will have everybody else absolutely wincing. That's why I found that, oh my goodness, the teeth filing video. Oh, I actually physically cannot think of that video without cringing, and I mean hard.
I do agree with you on that one. Anything involving bone or teeth is kind of a bridge too far for me personally. I don't know. Can you say you've lived on the internet without watching a video of the Chinese natural predator at work?
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
honestly, what the Chinese do to animals is, I'm not going to swear, but horrifying to me.
Well,
Oh.
just because of that, that's why I say it's deserved. They get their just desserts for what they do.
Yeah, yeah, I've never known a culture that dehumanizes or desensitizes people more towards the cruelty they inflict on other creatures than Chinese culture.
Well, they inflict that stuff on themselves too, so, kind of shit rolls downhill.
Yeah, I know, and it's so weird because in some other ways they're a very empathetic culture. They have very strong family ties and so on. But it's like if you're not human, you have no rights, and we're not even going to pretend we do. Anything we do to you is automatically justified.
Well, the one Chinese I'll go to bat for is the extreme rural, Chinese who never bought into anything and they've tried to keep to themselves. And you would think, like, off the top of your head, it's like, "Oh, they have these backward culture things." They're like, "No, they're normal."
Yeah,
Because
why
they were
can't
never
I?
because they were never subjected to all this insane stuff from, like, like, the main culture centers and stuff. So all they did was keep to themselves and
Oh,
just, farm and live.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's weird. Farming culture itself, you'd think that honestly, it surprises me that you'd say farming culture, like the stereotype is, oh, farmers are closer to nature, they're closer to Earth, they understand the natural world more. In my experience, no, the exact opposite is true. Farmers are some of the most ruthless, bloody-minded destroyers of nature ever. Like they
Yes, because they know what works.
Yeah, but I mean, it's even just like the level of callousness sometimes is amazing to me. Like there was a guy, there's a local farmer here who has a very bad reputation in our area. Oh, garlic mustard, really like mustard. But yeah, he has a very bad reputation because we've caught him multiple times. He owns a cattle farm and he constantly sprays off his milking parlor and everything with like high strength disinfectants, and he pours all the runoff straight into the local river.
Okay, now that's just no.
Yeah, it's incredibly lazy and unpleasant, and people have. He only stopped. This is the one time I will say I have no problem with the EU or anything, and their busybody nature. Because when we reported him after a couple of times, like an official showed up at his place and said, "The next time somebody reports this, you get a no questions asked €50,000 fine," and he has never done it since.
Well, no, at that level of, negligence and act willful harming, yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah, it's. I think it's a Catholic mentality. Honestly, why can't I drink this? Is this broken? Is this? Wait, oh,
I
it needs straw, not bales. I'm an idiot. Okay, that does make sense. Okay, my fault for not thinking of that.
I'm not gonna let you walk past that. How is it a Catholic thing? I
Well, I
just
was
have
I
to
was going to
know.
go back to that. Well, the thing about the Catholics is that they're taught they have a very strong idea that oh, the world was created for humans and that God placed in subjection all the creatures of the heavens and the earth. And so like it was a central point of Catholic dogma for centuries that extinction was impossible because God would never let any of his creations die out. And that's how you got stuff like the passenger pigeon going from something like there were like 16 or 17 billion passenger pigeons in North America before settlers turned up. Within less than something like 50 years, there were zero.
Oh, I know, but that's because people don't read the doctrine. If they read the doctrine, is that God laid out everything and left humans as the stewards.
Yeah, exactly. Or so I mean, when Adam and Eve were created, God said to them, "Go forth, multiply, and expand the borders of the Garden of Eden." He didn't say, plunder everything in the Garden of Eden, and once you've destroyed it, go outside and destroy some more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's when humanity went off the rails for their mandate from God. That's why you got the deluge and all that.
Hmm. Yep, exactly. And it's a sign that people don't think about it. This is what really annoys me. People don't think.
Well, to not think is to be human.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like during the Black Death, one of the first things that people did was slaughter all the cats because the cats were associated with the devil, and so they were like, this plague is obviously Satan's work, and so we must kill the servants of the devil, which are cats. And then they said, look, the plague is getting worse. Clearly we didn't kill enough cats.
Well, it's not like we ever learned from that there, because Mao, sparrows,
Yeah,
something, something.
Yeah, that's the absurd thing. People talk about the Enlightenment as such a wonderful thing that happened to human society and how amazing it was that we were suddenly freed from the terrible shackles of religion and all that moral busybodiedness. But people also forget that the Enlightenment, it had the temples of the Enlightenment. Like the French set up giant altars to the goddess of enlightenment and the goddess of human intellect. And they replaced one god with another, and they were just, and you know, the Christian god, whatever you like to say about the French and their three-state system, which was objectively terrible and awful, like the Enlightenment slaughtered tens to hundreds of thousands of French citizens just because they wouldn't submit to the Church of the Enlightenment.
French killing French. Name a more iconic duo.
Yeah, I know. The French hate themselves. I don't know why. Well, I suppose that's it's a very strange culture, the French.
I know. I'm thankful my ancestors got expunged. It's like, you guys are Catholics? Get the fuck out.
What thing? Snowfall. I like that actually. That's garlic mustard. Can I actually eat this stuff? Where did I pick it up? Did I not pick it up properly?
You have not researched how to pick up rock. Or in this case, herb.
This is the trouble. I would already be massively to like building chests and everything, but you can't do that right now. There's temperature fluctuations. Oh, some bismuth. Bismuthinite.
I have a mild beef with bismuth.
Why is that?
Because natural bismuth does not look like what you would get at a rock shop or make yourself. Because natural bismuth is just dull. It's a dull mineral. All that cubic rainbow stuff, that's all processed.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
You know, it's like buying quartz in a rock shop. It's like, I bought citrine. No, what you bought was amethyst that went through an X-ray.
Wait, an X-ray?
Yeah, so all the varieties of quartz and stuff is how you cook it.
Okay.
So, like, for example, you take regular purple amethyst and you irradiate it a bunch and it'll cook into an orange color. It's not actually citrin, but it looks like it.
Oh yeah, I did know that stuff, isn't it emeralds or something that you have to cook them before they actually shine or anything?
Not exactly. I remember reading that emeralds, the polishing method for emeralds is different than diamonds. I remember that much. But you're right. It is a funky process, but I forget offhand the exact mechanics of it.
And I'm like, actually pretty fascinated. Like George has never been something I've been really into, but I do really appreciate the process of making geological excavations and so on. And I'm interested when you go out and just say go out into the wilderness. How rare actually are the kind of minerals that we would today consider valuable? Like, what's the difference between going out there and saying there's gold in them there hills and there's enough gold there to be economically viable to extract?
The problem is we found all the easy stuff over the millennia. That's the problem nowadays. Is we found all the easy shit, not just precious minerals, even base minerals, and definitely hydrocarbons. We found all the easy stuff all over the world. Now we're kind of just picking at the scraps and saying, you know what, this used to be waste, but we're kind of desperate now, so yeah. That's kind of how it is, really. That's not to say you wouldn't be able to find just randomly like a mother lode somewhere. Like I remember reading in the news a couple of weeks ago, there was like this massive copper deposit found somewhere and stuff. And it's like, yeah, great, okay, sure, and stuff. But that just gets rarer and rarer the more time goes on.
Ow!
You got thorns.
Raspberry bushes. Ow! What the hell? Oh, there's more of it there. Yeah, I remember watching a video on YouTube a while ago that said that there's some fairly large evidence that Saudi Arabia has been massively exaggerating the amount of oil it actually has in its natural reserves. And that,
Oh, the thing is that Saudi Arabia has they plunder their resources hard and fast, and they've been doing it for a long time. Don't get me wrong; they did have the world class deposit, but they raped and pillaged that there hard. And of course, for political reasons, of course, they're bullshitting how much they have.
hmm, yeah, that would be fun if it turned out. I mean, it's the same with Venezuela. Like Venezuela is sitting on top of the largest oil deposits in the entire world, I think. Maybe behind or even ahead of Saudi Arabia, but because of their
Well,
terrible mismanagement, they don't actually extract anywhere near as much as they could.
Well, the thing is, the whole industry in Venezuela, the petroleum industry died when Chavez came in and stuff, and the deposit's still there. But since they effectively all the oil majors pulled out, and it's been just sitting there ever since. So yeah, they still have the deposits, but ain't no one's going to go there because uh, once you nationalize an industry, you pretty much blacklist yourself from any future endeavors.
Yeah.
It's almost like communism doesn't work. Shocking.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? How
Yeah.
astonishing. I'm trying to look up how to build a I know you can build a shelter, I think.
So what you're saying is you want a shed in your game, like in real life.
Yeah, no, I don't think the shelter's actually... Wait, let me just check.
Now all we have to do is get the bats to move in too.
Look for goldenrod. It's everywhere. Goldenrod flowers mark clay. Okay. Let's play... Ah, oh, well, sand looks just like clay, so every time I see clay or I see sand or gravel, I think, oh, clay! No, it's...
I hate taking clay samples because we have to prep them for the lab to run their assays on. And pretty much what it is, you have a giant hopper, a giant shaker, and you have all your sieves. And you're usually looking for one specific grain size. And cleaning out and getting to that grain size is always a pain in the ass, and it takes a long time. It's noisy and blah. I hate doing that.
Hmm. Is that goldenrod? No. Oh. Yeah, I've actually done ceramics before. I've made quite a bit of ceramics. It's a really fascinating process.
Actually, that was my honors thesis because my supervisor, his specialty is metamorphic glass and clay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, effectively, my honors thesis was to prove the composition of this pottery for the one of the local one of the historical local pottery shops back in Nova Scotia.
Oh.
And unfortunately, our results were inconclusive. But we kind of we chalked that up to their piss poor record keeping. They said they got the X, Y, and clay at X, Y, and Z rivers and stuff. When we figured it might have been just further down kind of thing.
Yep, that's the annoying thing about all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Something. Hmm. Those stone flakes. I have to look up what those stone flakes actually...
Limkin asks, can you farm cat fur in this game though for a true authentic experience? My question is, can we farm fox fur? Because that's your thing.
I'm open to all sorts of ethically harvested kimono mimi fur, okay? Not just limited to foxes. My point always was that just with kitsunes, you can get a far higher harvest because they can have up to 9 tails, so just objectively the superior source.
Yes, but as far as yokai go, they have raging PMS at times, though. So you take your own life in your own hands.
Like nobody ever like that just adds to the value, okay? Adds to the value. Where am I? This is my problem, is that when I'm talking, I'm also terrible at doing things. I just end up wandering around in a random pattern. Okay, let me see. What store stuff. Wait, what's that? Oh, it has a basket. Oh, I could have done this all along, so I just needed straw. That's very...
Derp.
Right, so this. This. Why can't I do this now? I literally did this moments ago. Why can't... Wait, oh, I need to point it at the ground. That's kind of silly. Ah. Just stick some... I'm gonna keep my food on. I don't know if food would last longer if I stuck it in here. I don't think so.
I'm not entirely sure of mechanics. It would logically make sense it would, but it could easily not.
I'll keep that pole in my...
Oh, I think if you actually want to store it, you might have to make a lid.
Let me just check.
I'm pretty sure because it said unlid.
The basket has 9 slots of inventory space. It will drop items when full, it says.
Hmm.
I assume that if you wanted to use it for food stuff, then seal it in some way.
Yeah, because the tooltip said it was unsealed, so I assume that that's a thing.
Yeah. I'm actually going to log out for just a minute or two. I want to look at chat for a second, and I will be able to focus on both things at once.
Braining is hard.
I would be able to do this. It's just that I can't at the moment. I don't have the capacity to look at chat without also tabbing out. So really stupid.
There's that.
Leave it too long, it burns. Yeah, I noticed that.
Truth be told, do we ever come to streams for gameplay? Do we really?
I think that's the thing. I've never enjoyed watching streamers just for gameplay. If it's a game that I haven't played, I'm just like, okay, I have no interest. Either I'm going to decide within 5 minutes that I'm going to buy the game myself and play it, and then I stop watching to go and buy it and play it. Or I'm like, I've played this game, this streamer is completely useless and terrible at it, I want to kill them, and I'm going to stop watching now.
Pretty much.
You can farm cat for a game, though, for a true experience. Oh, looks so much more autistic than normal Minecraft. Yes, it is. It is very autistic, and I quite like it. I will say that I have no idea if it's possible to add mods to the game as it's running. I would quite like to add stuff that makes a little bit more fantasy stuff. Again, my issue with Minecraft is not that it has fantasy elements or stuff like that. My issue with Minecraft is that it's just too easy. Stuff like with villager trading and so on, and it encourages you to play in a way that is completely counterintuitive to reality. You don't mine anymore. You stick a villager in a 2x2 box for the rest of its existence, and then put a table in front of it, and then magically somehow it is able to produce an infinite number of resources with absolutely no input except emeralds. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I really dislike things like that. I'm okay with mob spawners, even. Mob spawners make more sense to me than villager trading and stuff like that.
Well, to be fair, they're breaking villager trading come the next patch.
Oh, are they? Oh, that's actually... I'm okay with that.
Oh,
It's...
they are nerfing librarians and armor and weaponsmiths to hell. Pretty much every environment has its own villager, and you have to go there for specific enchantments and items. So if you want a full villager trading hall come next patch, you're going to have to go on a global hopping trip and hunt down and bring each individual villager you'd want.
Yeah. And I really do think that Minecraft could have done more to... It's funny, Minecraft has this horrible tendency to halfway add features, like with the villager stuff. They went halfway, like they made it so that villagers can reproduce, villagers can farm, etc. Fine, that's great. But then they made it like independent of where the villager is or anything like that. And I know enough about coding to know that would be a very simple thing to do. Just add in like little checks as to like, the villager, what biome it is. Just the fact that villager housing can still I think can be just one door with 2 blocks above it and then a bed behind the door, and that counts as a house with no walls or anything. That's what I remember. Maybe they've patched it since then, but that's just
I don't
an
know.
egregious level of oversight.
I'm not terribly familiar with Java. I mostly play just Bedrock, and Bedrock, the defining point of a village nowadays is just beds.
Oh dear.
Yep,
Why do you only play Bedrock?
because that's all there was in the Windows Store at the time.
Uh,
I now there's a download option for both Java and Bedrock because I purchased it and they honored the initial purchase, so I can play Java if I felt like it, but I just have no real reason to. I'm a creature of habit, is what I'm saying.
I can understand that. Ceramic bucket, ceramic vessel. Make a pit kiln, dig a pit in the ground, and shift right-click the items to be fit. Eat straw. Logs. So basically, I need straw and logs. Some stuff. Right, this kiln. It's kind of funny. When I was in ceramics class, I had a Irish teacher, and she used to pronounce kiln as gillin. It was like really cute. So
That is cute.
it was gillin. They actually have a lot of funny pronunciations that comes from their Celtic heritage and background, which
I respect that because I grew up in Nova Scotia and we have a large Celtic population stuff, and it's also archaic Celtic, like old Gaelic.
Mm.
You know, because like I speak French. I speak my French speaking is Acadian French, which is an older, vulgar form of French as opposed to like modern France French or, God forbid, Quebec French.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, feather. Nice. Trouble. I lose my train of thought so quickly. Really annoying. I've been, because of COVID, I've been off the medication that I took that I was taking for my ADHD. And I'm actually happy that I have been off it for so long because it hasn't really affected my mood or anything, so I'm grateful for that. I know that some people go off their ADHD meds and just completely go to pieces in terrifying fashion. I've seen some breakdowns that really scare me.
I'm thankful I never had to go on brain candy, and I hope I never will.
Yeah, I think it very strongly depends on what kind of lifestyle you lead anyway.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes. Oh, I will like. This is what I like. I like, even though I am following a tutorial, like the knowledge that I'm doing something correctly is a real hit. Just don't get properly from regular Minecraft any longer.
Well, there's so many minutia recipes and details and stuff. You're literally discovering them.
Hmm.
And Todd's Valley shush. If it weren't for Acadians, Americans wouldn't have Cajun cooking. So be thankful.
I need a ceramic bowl. I don't think so. Large vessels are an early game barrel. Large vessels 9 items as well as liquids and can be carried on a player's back. Oh, that's interesting. Count on a fire pit in order to melt items such as gummy cones into wax. Large vessels are also a part of the still. Okay, I will create one of those.
Yay, booze.
Wait, do I not have enough clay? Oh, I don't have enough clay. Okay. Is there more clay around here? Let me just go back to my
Sandbach is flexing on you with the clay.
That's placed. Definitely need more clay. I've been playing this game for like an hour or so, so my ability to do stuff, and plus the fact that I'm talking to somebody, so Oh, there was raspberry bush. Not raspberry. Sumac. Or about plants.
I'm just gonna start a war with Todd and chat.
That's fine. Oh, bunchberry bush. Well, ain't you a wonderful person, Sandbacker? There's more clay around here somewhere, I know it. I was never fist fighting animals. I was throwing javelins at them. There's a difference. Javelins. Did I pick them? I guess I didn't. I threw them away for iron stuff. Come on, clay. Is this stuff? That's it really annoys me that leafy undergrowth looks almost the same as gold. I was saying something earlier, but I've completely forgotten what it was, which is... Oh, native gold nugget. I'm definitely taking that. Oh, there's more.
We had several conversations threads that died on the vine, but that's fine.
Oh, gold. Nenilove. What? How? But if I find like nuggets and stuff on the surface, that mean there could be gold underneath as well. Assume so. Yeah.
Well, it depends how real it wants to be. Logic would say yes.
Place a marker there. I can give you the exact chords like it's on my map.
Are coordinates even enabled?
The chords are enabled. Press B.
Okay.
There, I pressed B. Can you see that? I've set up Ninilove, I've set up a marker. It's blue. Not sure if that's what you need. Also, just look at my stream to see where I am. Only I can. Okay. How do I set it just to be shown to other players then? Points. No. I don't know if you can make it public. Ah. Bolt on. I don't think I can make it public. That's slightly. I'll just send the location in chat. 6-3. X 6-8.
Nene wants your digits. You're just leaving the man hanging.
7-7-8. 2. Yeah, but it's bling. Yeah, I know, but I sent it anyway so he can screenshot it or whatever he wants to do. I'm trying to be helpful, okay? Stop telling me not to be helpful. I am a naturally helpful and wonderful person. Why do you think I tolerate you all posting on my forum that I host for $120 a month? You're welcome, by the way.
You're not spiteful? No, not at all.
Not at all. Not even remotely. Find more goldenrod. The trouble is, I have no idea if it spawns a rat near water or if it matters. What Y level matters. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm losing money or anything. You know, I do tolerate an awful lot and expend an awful lot. Pursuit of happiness that is not entirely my own. Especially when people spend like 6 pages talking about how Mume is definitely a lesbian. I think I might have a bit of mental trauma from those particular incidents.
Just come to the Pippa thread where we know she's a lesbian.
Ah, well, that's pretty obvious, honestly.
She keeps on denying it, but we all know. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
That
Live
woman
your life.
is at bare minimum bisexual. Oh, garlic. No, I tolerate the Pippa Spurks because they're in their own containment zone where I can't see them unless I want to, and I never want to. That's why I have moderators. I appointed Jannies to try and, well, at the very least, scrape the filth from around that gaping, yawning maw of degeneracy every so often. Wait, do I?
Hey now, what did the Discord degenerate thread ever do to you?
Don't ask. Don't ask me that kind of thing. Garlic.
I stopped reading that thread ages ago.
We don't know how little you missed.
I pretty much stripped everything down to like a handful of threads just because like, all this is neat, but I really don't care.
Wait, why don't garlic bulbs stack? I suppose because it's food, so you... No, food... Is this before food actually stacked? Is this an update before food actually stacked in the game?
Couldn't tell you.
Come on, I was told that goldenrod was that clay was everywhere. I cannot find any more. Oh, no, no, no. Is this it? Yes! Ah. Oh. I do that with the meat as well. Oh, that bar is... Oh, I see. I'm starting to understand this more. Ah, that makes sense.
All right, Wiki Dog, here's your speed run of this stream. Boss Man died to cows, he died to horses, he died to water, he died by his own hand.
Excuse me, that's two things. That's the same thing. I killed myself because I spawned in a tree, and then to get down from the tree, I had to take substantial amounts of fall damage. Don't worry, Thrang, you can fix me.
It's not a joke, he really does hate that.
I know, that's why I torment him with it.
I just torment him for being a zoomer.
Yeah, that too. Many things that Thrang can be tormented about. He
breathes the same air as Reticule. That's torture enough.
Reticule is a wonderful individual, and I would... Isn't he Threadband in the original thing?
Don't think so. I think he was temp banned in the general thread for a time.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't think it was permanent. I think it was just a temp.
Yeah, Reticule is a perfect cinnamon roll. That has never done anything wrong, ever. I think, to be honest, Reticule has made the incredibly wise, or maybe just instinctive decision to latch on to somebody that is even more broken and creepy than he is, so it all kind of just... It blends together.
Well, I'm just thankful that Pippa actually owns guns for the inevitable day that Reticule shows up to make his real meet Pippa.
Excuse me, he's just going to show up to make her brush her teeth.
No, he's going to show up to a face full of buckshot is what he's going to show up to.
Honestly, with the caliber of people that Pippa tends to attract, I think Reticule may actually be one of the more stable ones.
I hate to say this, but I agree with you.
What happens if I did? It's going to destroy the tree. Yes, it is. It isn't going to drop anything, though. That's lame. That's lame, developers. Why are you going to be like that?
Because fuck you, that's why.
Uh,
Which is, should be a subtitle for the stream.
I know, this is a lot, put it this way, this is a lot easier than RL Craft.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Remember I had an RL Craft server once many years ago, but it kind of fell out because it is really, really difficult to get into and tolerate because RL Craft is a mod where you can literally die 10 times in a row with absolutely no ability to influence your the outcome of events. It's not skill-based, it's just you spawned right next to a dragon, and then you spawned right next to a siren that takes control away from you and makes your character drown themselves. And then you spawn near lava and immediately burn to death.
I refer to real life craft as the Oregon Trail of Minecraft.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, even Oregon Trail had its. It wasn't like it was viciously unfair, but there was a logic to it. RL Craft is just like yeah, it's completely RNG until you get further into the game. All the clay here. But I mean, that's a decent amount of clay, so.
Grant, that Radicule recently hinted in the thread that he has a sequel to Meatkin in the works, and that he is terrified. I am horrified too, because I actually have him on Ignore, so this is news to me too.
I just find it hilarious how he never he's always civil, like he's always polite. I think that Reticule's reputation being what it is, if he had like a Nolan moment and spurged out massively in private or to somebody else or in Discord or whatever, we would definitely know about it. But no, there is no chink in that man's facade.
Well, no, Reticule is a calm lunatic.
Yes. A very calm lunatic.
He's batshit insane, but he doesn't fly off the handle like Nolan did.
No, Nolan is very much an unstable kind of guy. Like, Nolan is just functional enough to like act calm to your face while furiously typing in 100 different discords about how horrible and terrible everything is. Whoop.
Well, at the end of the day, people eventually realized that Nolan was an attention whore. No ifs, ands, buts.
Yeah.
Because I was one of the first people to literally call him out, saying, "You are Christian. You are this fandom's Christian. Fuck off."
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, more. No, that's Gabbro. Okay. Look for more clay here and there, but obviously I'm not finding any. I wonder when the grace period runs out and things actually start coming to attack me.
Todd's Folly, functional psychopath is probably the best description for Reticule.
yeah, that kind of works.
Which kind of burns me because I'm a functional sociopath. That burns me.
I don't know, you come across as fairly a decent amount more human than quite a few people that I'm forced to interact with.
Well, no, I know how to fake it.
Honestly, today, very much fake it till you make it.
That's what keeps me out of jail.
Know well enough to go out into the wilderness whenever the urge to, shall we say, purify humanity around you that you're forced to endure gets too much.
I'm not in my 20s anymore. I can't do that. I'm too fat and lazy.
I mean, for somebody lazy, I wouldn't say that geology and fieldcraft related to that is necessarily particularly lazy.
Okay, well, it's degrees of lazy. Like I can ruck through the bush with like a couple 100 pounds of rock on my back just fine and stuff, but like have to interact with like managers or like like anytime a VIP comes in for a tour, I'm just like I gotta hide.
I don't blame you. I don't even think that's particularly sociopathic. I think that's just a perfectly normal survival instinct.
Yeah. Well, I remember my where I worked at last. A bunch of us effectively cleared out. Like we did our work, we cleaned up, made everything look nice, but made ourselves scarce because if we were to ask questions, it would be a very tall ask for us to put on a filter.
Ah, that's how it works. Thank you.
No, there's there's two modes of Canadian. There's overly apologetic and walking genocide. Those are your options.
Yeah, Canadians are very strange people, I'll be honest.
Yep. No argument there.
Yeah, I ranted on an earlier stream about how I find it so annoying they simultaneously act like total pacifists who hate violence, and yet if you dare mention anything to do about World War II and don't mention the Canadian exploits, they get incredibly angry and upset with you and say you're disrespecting their sacrifices. And
Well,
it's like,
no. You have to look at it from the lens of a true pacifist. A true pacifist can only exist if they're perfectly willing, ready, willing, and able to commit extreme violence. It seems like a misnomer or kind of like a conflicting thought, but it is true. Maybe I'm biased on this, but I do subscribe to it.
yeah, I can get that. Uh, then add, wait, 8 straw and 8 logs. I don't understand this. Come on, this is straw. Is it straw? Yes, it is.
Diggy diggy hole.
My connection seems fine. I can't, it says on the wiki that you need to put 8 pieces of straw into the pit kiln, and you do that by holding shift and then right-clicking into the pit kiln. But when I do that, it doesn't work. And I'm
It
not
might be one. It might be one of those pixel perfect placement things, like what you have for the fire.
possibly... I know that somebody has done this already, so it does work. It's just a case of figuring out how to do it.
The literal best. If you're not dangerous, then you're not a pacifist. You're just harmless. I like that.
Yep, yeah, well, you're talking about somebody who has a pretty hefty interest in firearms. Does Reticule cook the meatkin and eat, or just makes them? I don't want an answer to that question.
I'll answer the unspoken question. Yes, he tributes them.
The items you want into the hole first? Yep, I have put the items that I want into the hole first. Does it need to be 4 of them, or can 3 suffice? On this one. Oh, that doesn't work. What about straw block? It doesn't work. Oh, oh. Okay, I'll relog. Connect.
Porin, you look me in the eye and tell me he wouldn't do that.
I don't know why you guys are bugging out. I have it in
Because
dirt, so maybe it doesn't work in dirt?
are you sure it's a 1 block hole and not like a 2x2 block hole?
Pretty sure it's not a 2x2 hole. It says explicitly on the wiki that it's not a 2x2 hole. Try to make a hole where there are no trees nearby. Okay, I will do that. Well, I may as well chop down these trees. Let me just nap some more flint head. Well, I mean, stone heads. How do I do? What's the recipe? It's this question mark? It isn't. We're a long way off from memorizing these. There it is. That's. I think that's. There we go. There we go.
Jambalaya, those geodes have it coming to them.
What are you talking about now?
To quote Jambalaya, I have as much faith in Reticule restraining himself around Meat Pippa as I have Godzilla Boomer restraining himself around geodes.
Going all Clint the blacksmith on them.
Actually, if I remember right, I think I remember smashing one of my earliest geodes and getting a shard in my face.
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, actually, no. The worst time was when I was hammering an outcrop, and I got a shard of my hammer came off and flew right into like the crook of my eye, and I had to put.
A shard of your hammer.
Yeah, the thing is with rock hammers, they're a special kind of steel. They're like a really hard steel, but they have no give, so they'll break. So I got like a shard straight into like the corner of my eye, and I had to pick it out with tweezers.
Second 5-8. Wait, no. Oh, I see.
No, I can see just fine. It was like like the meaty part right by your nose. That's where the shard went in,
You're very
and it
lucky,
was
honestly.
no, I was, but the thing was, I was wearing safety glasses, so it kind of just snuck right up into there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was just like, how?
Instances like that are what taught me to always wear safety equipment when dealing with that kind of nonsense.
Well,
I
I just wear
do.
safety glasses. I wear safety glasses 24/7 just because I'm that klutzy.
Good grief! You should go live with Kirsche then.
But we die.
Yeah, you probably would. Can't deny it.
Besides, isn't that your territory?
Were you watching her stream when she was talking about directions, so on?
Yes, I was there. I was
Oh, yeah,
there,
you were
ready.
because you were posting. Then I remember.
Yeah, no, it was kind of funny. Okay. Here's the thing with that particular stream. It was the juxtaposition of her political talks being perfectly on point, but then the instant the direction thing came up in game or whatever and stuff, it was just like derp. It was like how can you be like this?
It hurt my brain. It still hurts my brain. Just thinking about it hurts my brain. Honestly.
Well, I yelled and I yelled in her chat more than once of your other direction. That's what it boiled down to. It's like, no, your other left.
Yeah, she said that that left and right to her is keyboard and mouse.
Keyboard and mouse.
But if it's keyboard and mouse, then why can't it be just it's an arbitrary distinction?
Well, I made that arbitrary distinction when I was a kid, when I broke my left arm, and that's how I knew it was my left arm. And that's how I learned left and right as a kid, was which arm I broke as a kid. So I can understand that, but here's the thing. I was a kid, not a grown ass adult.
It suddenly works. No, love, it suddenly works. Look. For some reason it now works. I think it was the trees. I think you were right. That's the only thing that's changed. Yep, for some reason it was the trees. At least that's the only explanation I can think of. My damn fire starter. You're gonna burn down the forest. Act like I care! I don't care, okay? You clearly don't understand the English mindset. Look at me. Look at me. I am a British man. I am a British man. Why exactly would I care if I'm going to burn down this forest?
I feel the need to bring this conversation to your attention. Todd's Farley, Proctor actively promoting someone else grooming his wife. Grant, I can't believe Proctor is a cuckold.
No, I have long ago admitted to myself that I think I once made a joke on Kirsche's stream that the only way that that she's like the only example of somebody who might benefit from, I forget what the name is now, like a reverse harem, where it's just her and like a dozen men that all collectively just manage together to compensate for her own insanity and issues.
No, how you make the situation perfect is you have like a house full of himbos and Kersha, but Kersha doesn't get any dick from any of them. That's your sitcom.
Yeah, well, doesn't she she likes to joke that she's all the men that she likes also happen to like dick?
Yeah.
That's what I find. That's what I find hilarious. And I know the trouble is that that's one aspect where she's definitely not unique. I have known so many women that just are physically incapable of choosing a decent romantic partner.
Yeah. I for a good chunk in university, I actually roomed with a bunch of girls, and yeah, that's more common than you might think.
I mean, the I can fix him meme is very real and literal.
Well, the desire to fix them is real and true. The actual results, on the other hand, is something else.
Yeah, I know, and it's like they'll say that you're wrong. They will say that you're wrong, but it's just objective evidence-based analysis. You can't deny it.
Oh, they can.
It's like I've said this before, but it really is true. The only way to win an argument with a woman is to be good enough in bed afterwards that she forgets about it, or at least pretends to.
I know all my relationships. I tried very hard to take the stoic approach to most things because the fair sex are infuriating, to put it mildly.
And I put heavy on. I have to keep logs in my like scenes. I don't. Yeah, women are very strange creatures. Say that as somebody that you know, very strong and close relationship with his mother. Even then, there's just things where it's like, we agree to disagree because we are not going to come to any rational conclusion on this. Isn't basically, I still think you're wrong, but I'm shutting up because the consequences of continuing this argument are worse than just pretending that it hasn't happened.
Well, my policy with family was always the expression, "You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink."
Yeah.
Then again, women also have the debuff of, "You don't want solutions, you just want a bitch."
Well, yeah,
We
it's like this is the funny thing. I actually had this argument, well, not argument, but kind of wry commentary with my mother. Is that I very often, like, because I am autistic, like, we complement each other very well because she is actually a genuinely very rational and very intelligent person with a very pragmatic and very effective way of dealing with things. And I like to occasionally just, when she sees me in a rut or something, she says something to me, and I always respond the same way. Please stop giving me rational suggestions to my problems. It is your worst trait. Because you take all the fun out of it. You don't understand. As a man, I want to ponder these things. I want to get angry at them. I want to reflect on the irrationality of other people's decisions that has gotten me into this situation. I want to complain to my friends and have them commiserate with me. And I want it to be a bonding experience. And then you come along and you just say, "Oh, just do this." And that you take all the fun out of it. You don't understand.
I know, as a man, I just want to fix the problem as brutally quick as possible.
Well, yeah, that's also a factor sometimes, but I don't know. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of this cobblestone that I can't make. I technically could make bricks, so that's. Tell me when I can burn stuff. I'm getting antsy. Okay. But there isn't a man who's British. Excuse me. I am both a man and British. I'm a hybrid. Okay. I'm a hybrid. A very rare hybrid. Wait, 4 stones. I can't. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, I put down my stones.
I just noticed there's a sufficient delay between gameplay and the stream.
Yeah,
Did you set the YouTube stream to ultra low latency?
no, I didn't, because I had no idea if my connection would be able to properly handle this
Okay.
level of streaming, so I decided to put it on lower, just so that it did awkward latency.
Yeah, well, the one thing I've noticed is that you have to set up. For me, it's ultra low deals with the delay issue, but you have to set it up for each stream. It doesn't. The setting doesn't save unless you use the previous settings.
Yeah, it's very annoying. I'm glad that I fixed the issue with it not embedding properly. It was very irritating.
Oh, another thing. I forget which menu specifically, but for stream creation, you know that little heart thing you see on some streams in the chat. You can actually turn that off on streamer side when you first make the stream.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's up to the streamer to actually turn that off. There are some scripts you can run on a user side, on like chat side and stuff, but the easiest thing would be just the streamer to turn it off. Which sucks. It's set on automatically because YouTube wants to force all these changes, and by golly, you're gonna like them.
I hate YouTube. I really hate YouTube. They've taken away so many useful features. And I don't understand it. I cannot grasp the rationality of it.
It's a bloated system, both code-wise and human-wise.
Yeah. It just depresses me. It's like when Elon Musk took over Twitter. Now, I mean, whatever you can say about Elon Musk, I do think that he made a business decision to get rid of a whole bunch of people, and like, I hate Twitter. Like, Twitter, X, whatever, it's a horrible platform, but it's made so many changes in such a short space of time, and previously it would take like months for a single change to happen, and it would be a terrible change. Objectively terrible, and you think, this took you months to implement, and you're going to roll it back eventually. We all know it is, or you're going to force it on long enough that we all accept this is going to be the new standard. Why does it take you so long to implement something so simple that is bad to begin with?
Well, it's business 101. The bigger the bloat, like the bigger the ship, the harder it is to turn.
Yeah, that's another major issue. I know that from trying to organize projects online as well. Very, very frustrating. Oh, actually, I can tuck all this away. There.
And it's not like a lot of changes would stick either. Like, for example, like Apple got bitch slapped a little while ago for that whole port standardization thing in the EU not too long ago.
Oh yeah, that was a whole bunch of nonsense.
It was funny. If nothing else, it was funny.
It was. I just find it frustrating. I find it amazing to me that there are phones now. Like, I have a phone that is old enough to still have a headphone jack. The idea of not having a headphone jack on a phone and not being able to take out the battery, I can't even compute that idea. I don't understand why anybody would ever buy a phone without a headphone jack or without a removable battery.
Well, you know the answer to that is planned obsolescence.
Yeah, and stupid people who don't care about what product they buy, as long as it's shiny.
We all can't be Louis Rossman.
That man is the electronic version of Null, honestly, or the electronic repair version of Null.
Oh God, he is.
Yeah, it's really funny. He's just autistic enough to be immune to the bullshit and have this incredible level of obsession that no amount of obstacles put in his path will overcome. And you can see regular people that are used to dealing with regular people try to overcome it, to try and put nonsense in his way, and he just bulldozes straight through it. It's really fun to watch. I love him. I watch every single one of his videos when they come out.
I respect this hustle, but I mostly respect he learned very early on in life to hire people that are smarter than him.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's what I try and do as well, is that I don't try and go it alone, especially with the forum. I'm like, no, people who know CCS, or CSS rather, they can do this for me. And I'm very appreciative, and I try and give them stuff, and then they say, no, I don't want anything. I don't want to deal with it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Don't do it.
Got higher HP than him at the moment. Does straw clothing even give you a from anything? I don't think so. Let me just craft some anyway.
I know, he has a rice hat. He's probably going to kick your ass.
Yes, the PvP meta are rice hats. Here, like if I want to activate the napping interface, I have to look up at the sky. I don't think no, it does work. It doesn't matter where I look. But if I want to do the straw thing, I have to look at the ground. I don't understand that. That is very confusing to my very small brain. Oh,
I'm
PvP
sure it made
disabled.
sense to the developer.
Why is PvP disabled?
Because Care Bears.
PvP should not be disabled. That's very upsetting to me. What is this? Where? Oh, I see. The cloak.
Chat's currently talking about how budget phones have all the old features of what phones used to have, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I cannot imagine not having a phone with those kind of features. YouTube wants you to get used to not having these features so they can sell it to you 5 years later. I absolutely agree. I 100% agree. EP should not be disabled. Man about to be ganked into the film. Look, I honestly, again, PvP and stuff like that is one of the main reasons why I play Mine. Well, it's not one of the main reasons, I'll admit. But just like, I remember playing a Minecraft Earth server once and colonizing Japan, and some teenage idiot went and tried to roleplay like as Matthew Perry and do a really cringy effort to like colonize the place. And he showed up in diamond armor, and this was like 1.15, and danced around the place while I was still in iron. Within 1 day after that, I had fully enchanted perfect diamond armor.
Well, that was a failure of a LARP because all Perry did was open up trade.
Yeah, he was like,
otherwise, fuck off.
yeah, I've come to give you an offer you can't refuse, kind of thing. Because remember, Perry just rolled up with a whole bunch of cannons and so on. The Japanese couldn't possibly match, and was like, yeah, you listen to what I'm gonna say, or bad things will happen to you.
Yes, he had guns on boats, gunboats.
Hmm. But yeah, I went from 1 day to fully enchanted diamond armor. Within 2 or 3 days, I had the largest stash of diamonds in the entire server. And here's the thing. The guy left the server before I could kill him. I was unbelievably angry about that. I had spent like 3 whole days no-lifing the server for 10 hours plus a day to get all of this stuff. My elaborate plan to destroy him, to reduce his continent to a smoking ruin with the most elaborate... I was watching stuff like automatic TNT minecart, like TNT bombers, and I was practicing those for my planned revenge on what he'd done. And then he left the server and never logged back in again. I was unbelievably furious.
How rude, that bastard.
Yeah, how do I get this stuff out? Like, it's not letting me actually take it out. Do I need an empty hand to do it?
Ooh, you upload.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of
I see.
the channel? Have you ever heard the YouTube channel Wartime Stories?
I have not, unfortunately. Sorry.
They are a sister site to bedtime stories. Pretty much, the bedtime stories mostly focuses on Fortean topics, like disappearances, mysterious stuff, and whatnot. But wartime stories, it takes the wartime, literally what it says in the 10, the wartime stories. Again, mostly from a 14 bent, so like Air Force seeing UFOs and stuff like that.
Oh, I see. It's not another thing run by Simon Whistler, is it?
No.
Good. I hate that man. I hate that man so much.
The name rings a bell.
He's the guy behind things like Mega Projects or Today I Found Out and stuff like that. He
Oh,
has
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, no, it's not him.
good. I hate him. You see, the thing is, I used to work for a YouTuber company, so I know how that whole system works. Like, he puts out videos that are of wildly inconsistent quality, and I know that he is sitting behind a desk and he never does any of his own research. He never does any of his own, like, analysis of anything. He has got, like, a team of 20 or 30 writers just behind the scenes looking stuff up on Wikipedia and nonsense like that and just regurgitating that into, like, 2,500 word scripts that he then just reads off verbatim without the slightest bit of analysis.
Nah, these two channels, the bedtime stories and wartime stories, they're small crews. They're really like one writer a piece. I think they share an artist, and I think they share a musician.
Yeah,
The
that
good
kind of
stuff.
stuff that kind of stuff I can respect. Stone flakes, do I? My autism distracted me too. Your grass shirt. That's what I was.
Grant, Simon Whistler is a content slop. Look up the Rusty Cage song about him.
I have never seen that.
It sounds funny.
Okay, I think I will definitely look up that when I'm done with this.
And Lemkin describing Linus and Linus Tech Tips. Yeah, that too.
Did anything happen with Linus Tech Tips? Because I know that he had this massive fallout and everybody hated him because he was doing something or other. I barely paid attention.
No, I think he took the shut up approach and kind of waved everything off. He said he was going to back off from the company, kind of thing and stuff, but that never happened, as it usually does. Grant posted the Rusty Cage song in the Discord channel.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. I will definitely look at that at some point. Can this?
I don't know what playing on stream though. That's the
Let's
thing.
see. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it on stream because it's probably quite bad. This the trouble is that some people are able to build in Minecraft while talking and so on. I can't. Like, all the parts of my brain that would normally be focused on, oh, I should build this house, and oh, this looks this aesthetic and so on. I can't do that. My brain is entirely focused on just kind of running around and randomly doing stuff. I
I
will
don't
say,
think I don't think I've ever built aesthetics in Minecraft. I've always just built a cube.
stuff like, oh, that's just great Wi-Fi stuff. Yeah, I've kind of done aesthetic. The trouble is, again, I just get my autism just tells me, okay, it's time to do something else. And in recent years, especially as I've hit my 30s, I'm 31 in about a month or two. My brain has just gone, you shouldn't be playing this game when you should be out and learning a practical skill or something like that.
I know I've gotten ragged on for quote unquote childish hobbies all my life and stuff, but it's all about moderation. As long as it doesn't interfere with the quote unquote grown up stuff, then say whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it's a bit like how I used to play War Thunder quite a lot, and I enjoyed War Thunder, but I very quickly realized how much of a grind it was, and eventually I was like, I can't be bothered to deal with this, to deal with logging in every day, playing a minimum of like 5 or 6 matches. It just wore me out. It absolutely wore me out. It wrung me out, and I got to a point. I get any longer.
Well, truth be told, I have noticed this very specifically. The gaming preferences have changed with age. Like for example, I grew up in platformers. I when I was visiting my friend, he had like a Mario Maker stage. I tried it out. Could not do it for the life of me. I'm like, I just can't do it anymore. I was just like, okay, I can't play platformers. I just don't. I just can't.
Inco. Ceramic vessels. Yes, I can. One. How long have I been live for? Nearly 2.5 hours. Wow, I'm amazed. I am probably going to pause at around this point. Oh, concurrent viewers is actually higher than when good grief. We started at 12 viewers and now we're at 17 viewers. I am amazed by that. Actually. People would have stopped watching. Let me just... I'm curious if I can start a poll.
Yeah, like even with my streams, I've been looking at like concurrent viewers and stuff, and I'm just like it's not like a number friend thing. I'm just curious because I know there is always a disconnect between what is listed and what it actually is.
Hmm.
Which is why, yeah, like the poll thing.
Oh, I was just looking at that. I was looking back at the Discord and seeing that comment on from Kiwi Knight. I'll just read it out for those not in the Discord. What a lot of people don't realize about Simon Whistler is that it isn't his real name. He added the W and the S to keep his cover.
It's almost like Nolan removing the Nolan, but keeping the Crush.
It's the stupidest thing ever. I'm fascinated by psychology. This is the trouble. I'm cursed with a brain that desperately wants to understand human psychology. I desperately want to understand why people do certain things, and I'm fascinated by it. Like behavioral science, all that kind of stuff. I am really fascinated by. But it's also coupled with a deep and fundamental intolerance for stupidity, narcissism, uselessness, etc. So I'm constantly stuck in a paradox. Is to learn anything about the human condition, you basically have to expose yourself to the worst and stupidest aspects of it.
Again, that's human nature.
It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, especially when people are self-justifying about it.
Well, that's the problem. You have to deal with it. There are certain fundamental truths of humanity, and those are, in no particular order, stupidity, tribalism, and spirituality.
Yep. I can't.
These are the core tenets you can't argue with. And any attempt to is just a waste of time.
Is there anything that I can do to get rid of these? Oh. I don't think that's any faster than by hand. Novel, maybe? Nope. Well, the ads. It's gonna be annoying. I want to clear all these. Tribalism is the core of the server. I agree. If I don't see tribes popping up here and there, I'll be very upset. Yeah, for the weekend, I'm going to be doing another kind of just talking style stream where I focus on events that have happened over the past couple of weeks on the forum that I'd like to talk about in a little bit more depth. I'm definitely going to be yelling at more people over the Mume stuff. There's a few other things I'd like to cover too.
Maybe Fish Bad will be around to inevitably get on call.
Yeah, I hope he shows up. I hope he shows up again.
This is kind of like the white whale right now. It's just like, Fish Bad, where are you?
I know. That's the thing about some people, not using him as an example, but it amazes me on the internet how some people can just have one thing go wrong and then just vanish and never show up again.
Or being any love.
Well, he's Mexican. He's used to things going horribly wrong and having to just deal with it. And it's annoying. If Doctor's viewership has been plummeting stream by stream. Look, I've noticed that with a lot of streamers is that they, like with like when Kirshi did her YouTube thing, like her viewership was over 1,000 by far, and then the next stream it dropped back down to like 600 or so. Like people just show up for big things and then no longer. It's hilarious. I was watching. I think. I really dislike the stupid fruit game thing that has been going around on YouTube. That
the melon game, yeah,
the melon game. Like I've been watching a bit of Narissa Ravencroft, and I quite like her. I don't know, there's something about her that I just kind of like. I haven't watched a huge amount of her streams, but it's just, I don't know. she's so normie that it kind of is relaxing. It's like the equivalent of fast food. You're just like, this isn't really very good for me. I could probably make something better for myself, but I don't really care. There's just something comforting about it. It's like with her. And
Well,
yeah,
here's a better analogy to make you feel better. Instead of saying fast food, refer to her as comfort food.
yeah, that's a good point. That's a perfectly fair analysis. But yeah, I was watching her play Melon Game, and she had something like 9,000 viewers. Her very next stream, 4,000 viewers. Explain it. And apparently this is common. Like, you stream Melon Game and you get minimum double your regular CCV. I think something like 1.5 to 2 times your regular CCV.
The content grind, hustle, whatever you want to call it, is real. Like, the flavor of the month is a contributing factor to some metrics, especially the algorithm.
Yeah. I know it is. The algorithm, I think, really is depressing. Because like when I was writing content for other people on YouTube, it was depressing to see one thing that you put quite a lot of effort into get like, you know, maybe 200,000 or 300,000 views in a month, and then you put out another thing, and for no inexplicable reason, even though you spent much less time on it, it would shoot up immediately to about 600,000 views. And you're like, why? The quality difference between these is obvious. Why are people watching this and not that?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, some things are weird because, like, I have some like unlisted shit posts that I would post to the forums that have like several hundred views, and then I have like public streams listed, even though they're only a couple of weeks old, that only have like like 80 views. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. It is strange. I think there's very much a kind of association between quality and view count. If people see a video that has low view count in proportion to the rest of the channel, they'll go, "Oh, that must have been terrible. I'm not going to watch it."
Well, like, I'm just looking at my metrics right now, and like my shitpost 01 has like over 1,000 views, and it has a fair amount of comments of people I recognize that are not from the forum, and
Yeah,
that
that's strange.
that would lead me to believe that they saw it via like the recommendeds, and how that particular video would end up in like the recommended sidebar is beyond me. Like, I do not see how it would end up there.
I've consistently had this thing where for the past, I think, 2 years or so in my recommended feed, there's been all the regular videos I expect, but one slot has always been like a minus a sub 10 view video. It's been absolutely consistent for 2.5 years at this point, I'd say. It's just everything normal, and then just a sub 10 view video of something completely unrelated. It's always the same slot, too. I think it's like the second row, and it's the second row in my recommended feed, and it's the second one along.
I don't know if that's the exact same position, but I do know what you're talking about. I have noticed that there too.
Bothers me a lot. And like sometimes I quite often see videos from content creators who have done things. It's very strange. You can have a content creator who is like a generic let's player who spits out like a let's play every day for 4 years, and the average view count is in the low hundreds to like mid double digits. And then they put out, say, an opinion piece on something, and for no reason at all, YouTube grabs that and pushes it, and they get something like 2 million views in 6 weeks. I've seen that happen multiple times.
Yeah, I've seen that a bunch too. And it's just like, why is this a thing? I equate it to some movie blockbusters. Like, for example, Avatar 2. I know no one who saw that movie, and that apparently became one of the highest movies of all time. It's like, who went and saw it? Who?
I know. It is a bit. I think that there is a little bit of manipulation going on in some aspects of this.
Easily. But it's one of those things. It's like, you're not fooling anyone, so it's like, how? And it's the same thing with the YouTube algorithm. It's like, there's no way any of this is legitimate.
No, that's the thing about the algorithm is that it's just such a mystery to everyone.
Yeah, like I could understand if it was like literally putting your thumb on the scale. I can understand that, as a logical thing. But like some of these things are just like, who, who approved this? Like,
Yeah.
who's promoting this? Like, why? Like, I know robots do everything on Wall Street. Is that the same thing on YouTube? Clearly, at this point.
Yeah, what amazes me is that YouTube has it ever trialed any kind of system which has basically been pay us to push your video more than others?
No, and that's like the Rumble Odyssey business model. Like, that's what they did, and they were upfront about it. But YouTube, it's always been like, no, not really.
I know it's
Like
very
you,
yeah, it's bizarre. You go on, you finish off.
yeah. So like the YouTube, y- like well, I say YouTube, but it's Google and Alphabet. You have to think about it. Like, of course, the branded channels, like the Sony's, like the major motion picture studios, and the major record labels. Of course, their stuff gets promoted because they pay for it.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I know. Well, again, it's like I was saying earlier, before I started stream, that I would actually be okay with YouTube if it just said by default you only get 480p resolution. If you want more, you've got to pay for a subscription. Now, I would find that most annoying, and I would probably try an awful lot of ways to get around it. But the business fundamentals of that decision would make sense to me. I would understand that. But the way they run their company is it is a black box. You can't understand it. It makes no business sense. And the way they run things is such a mystery.
And you can't even use the Kershey's favorite example, go to the ESG, BlackRock, Vanguard argument and stuff, because it's not even like they're not exactly promoting anything like the
No,
YouTube stuff.
no.
So it's
And
just like,
like YouTube has
it,
always been unprofitable.
yeah, and there's no like it got bought out, so it hasn't turned a profit yet. So is it really just keep being kept around for a propaganda machine?
It wouldn't
Because
surprise me. It really wouldn't
No,
surprise
no,
me.
no, it wouldn't surprise me either, but that's the only logical reasoning for its continued existence, because it
Hmm.
doesn't make money, it's a money pit. So it has to be around for something, and that is literally the only logical thing.
I think the only reason that YouTube still exists is simply to prevent potential competitors from existing. That the
Well,
potential market, that the potential like political market and economic market for YouTube is so important to, I won't use the cliche of oligarchs or stuff like that, but to people who are in the tech industry and so on, that it's too big for them to ever lose that kind of control and power. And so it doesn't matter if they have to throw good money after bad. That what they'd stand to lose by not supporting YouTube is more than what they stand to lose by continuing to support it.
well, let me posit this thought experiment. Have we reached the point where there are branches of entertainment that are effectively the bank equivalent of too big to fail?
I would say so, honestly, for YouTube, definitely.
Yeah, that's kind of like the only rationale that makes sense. It's effectively too big to fail, and they can't let it die down. Like they were willing to sacrifice Twitter, like the main social space on the internet, when the whole Musk thing happened and stuff. They were willing to sacrifice that, but look how that turned out.
Yeah, I know, but even then, like Twitter is still used by basically everybody. Twitter,
Well, that's the thing. They actively tried to kill it, and they came crawling back.
yeah.
Is it
Hmm.
is it too big to fail, even on its own merits? Because that seems to be the case in the case of Twitter.
Hmm. I
It's
think if
not like,
I think if Twitter died, if it genuinely like physically died, then there would be a competitor incredibly fast.
oh, definitely. But it's kind of my little thing with the Twitter. My favorite comparison for that there, it's the it's I don't want to invoke this, but it's Trump. They wanted to kill him, but it monumentally failed and blew up in their faces, which is hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just like, and you have to think like, the powers that be, that's the best they could do.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
seem really don't really seem that scary now in comparison, do they?
No, but again, I was watching a very interesting interview with a guy who knows a lot about Russian history, and he was talking about Stalin and Mao and all of that. And he said that one of the things that is really amazing about the communist revolution in China and the Great Leap Backward is that Mao did all that while he was close allies with Joseph Stalin. And he saw firsthand the results of Stalin's mechanization and industrial programs and plans and so on in Russia. And he saw how not only they were hopelessly inefficient, but they were also massively wasteful in terms of human life. That it didn't matter whether they followed communist agenda or whatever, they were objectively bad programs that cost far more than any kind of conventional or more measured method of attaining economic self-sufficiency or power in the world. And then he went back to China and he did even worse,
Well,
intentionally, knowing that it would fail.
well, you almost have to think of the level of intentional because I've always had in the back of my mind Mao uh, being a cargo cultist.
Yeah.
I've always had this picture in my mind of him because that's the only way you can laugh at the situation without crying, given how the Great Leap Forward panned out. Because it has to be gross incompetence. Because if it was that level of maliciousness, that's just depressing.
Well, I believe that level of maliciousness can exist, most
Oh,
definitely.
I can too, but for the sake of being able to sleep at night, kind of thing.
Hmm. Well, I sleep at night because I feel that there is one day going to be a reckoning between them and powers that they cannot control, and that's what lets me sleep at night. Again, nice. See if this actually works this time. That's a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
Ew. On. Why did this not work? Oh no. Wait. Oh, that's stupid. I have to standing up.
Dazzle Cliffs, yes, but Stalin was a tard and Mao was even bigger tard. But here's the funny thing: they made a baby named Pol Pot.
Yeah, and Pol Pot was so horrifying that even another communist country hated him enough to step in and overthrow him.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, of all the communist regimes, I've always had something of a, not maybe admiration, but Vietnam has always impressed me, at least some level, because they seem to have been the only ones to have actually vaguely accomplished something of, I mean, they had tons of support from the Chinese, but then the Chinese, they got angry that they weren't doing communism correctly and tried to invade, and the Vietnamese destroyed them. Like
Well,
one of,
again, the history of Vietnam you always have to remember is that they've always been in war with China, and anything else is just a lull.
yeah, basically. It's also, again, when you look into the history of it, it's like one of the first things I discovered about Ho Chi Minh is that he was massively supported by the Americans during World War II. In fact, Ho Chi Minh would have died if it wasn't for American support. He was ill. He was severely ill with malaria, and I think it was the CIA or another government agency that specifically flew a plane out to Vietnam during World War II with anti-malarial medication for him that helped him survive.
Yeah, you have to remember the Viet Cong was the Taliban version 1.
Yep, yep, pretty much. Our brave freedom fighters in the Viet Cong. It was the Viet Minh back then, yeah, Viet Minh, not Viet
Oh,
Cong was the end.
yeah. Yeah, you are correct.
I mean, that's one of my what the thing is, people complain a lot about oligarchical institutions where the same person is in charge forever, but they also forget that with these institutions where the leadership rotates out very quickly, is that leaders don't actually have to endure the consequences of their own actions.
Well, that's the problem you have nowadays with modern capitalism and modern CEOs is that they only have to be there for like 4 years or so, and all they have to do is have the stock price go up every quarter, and after out there, the whole thing can burn down for all they care because they're gone.
Yep, it's very annoying to think about.
Yeah, like I know there's always the argument, like in politics, for term limits and stuff, but being there for long enough, but not too long, is a very fine line in that
Yeah, and
space. But it also does apply to other things, for example, economics.
it does. I think it's cultural more than anything else because, like, when you look at the early Roman Republic, is that the early Roman Republic had the dictator system, and the dictator had absolute power. There was no limits on a dictator's power whatsoever. A dictator could do anything they wanted in Roman culture, in Roman military ways. They had no
Yes,
limits on
but
their power, and they had no term limit either. And
yeah, but
yet,
for a magical period of time, they had good dictators, though.
yeah,
It did
precisely.
work. It did work for a time.
Yeah, right until the very end of the Republic, every single dictator voluntarily chose to give up power when the crisis ended.
Yep.
Well,
I don't know.
nice one.
I know Aurelian always gets the Chad status for best emperor, but no one can beat the original Cabbage Man.
Yeah.
It's like, you would not ask this task of me if you could see these cabbages.
Yeah, was that Domitian or was it Diocletian? That's the trouble. Roman emperor names are. I know all of these people, but I just can't quite remember because their names are quite similar.
I'm really bad with names. I tend to remember the events.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm bad with names unless I get context, but I can remember the events for it.
Yeah, it's Diocletian. Or
Diocletian? Yeah, that's right.
yeah, it is Diocletian. Yeah.
Because I know that Domitian was an autocrat and he hated the Senate and the Senate hated him, and this is the thing that Domitian was actually a very good emperor, but the Senate hated him because he deliberately humiliated them on multiple occasions. They were like, "Nope, you're going to get assassinated."
Yeah. I'll be completely honest. The majority of my Roman history comes from Dove and Hattie.
Oh no.
I miss
Yeah.
that guy. I miss that guy. He really should have became a VTuber.
Wait, he stopped posting?
Yeah, he hasn't posted in forever. Like there's been a couple of spin-off channels for other people who have been inspired by him that are taking up the torch. Like Malthus is one of them, and there's another guy I forget off the top of my head. But yeah, he hasn't posted in like ages.
I think there was some kind of maybe it was disproved or something, but it found out that he was like a massive furry or something, and he was doing the
Oh
Discord thing.
no, oh no! I'd never heard this.
Yeah, again, I don't take that as my word because I
Yeah.
just it's something that I vaguely know about.
Okay, no, yeah, because like the last VTuber drama I followed, I broke this into threads, was Stringstorm. Stringstorm is a Warhammer music guy, but he did try to make a VTuber agency with girls based off the Chaos Gods, and he tried that a couple of times and failed both times.
I
But
oh my god, I cannot think of anything more cringy.
no,
Like,
it does get worse because eventually receipts came out that he was grooming underage girls.
oh, what a shock!
Yeah, and the receipts came out, and he did. I don't know what his logic was, but he tried to like beat the rush of news, and he posted the receipts himself, and he came out and was like, "Yes, I did this." I'm like, "Okay, what's the end goal of this? You're just admitting to it."
Yeah, that's a bit
It's like, yeah, I'm grooming these girls. It's like I regret he did the whole song and dance. It's like, I regret my actions, blah 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 blah, blah and all that stuff. But it's just like, and why
but you did
even
it anyway.
you did it anyway? So why? It just kind of floored me. I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I made my posts and stuff, and I unsubscribed from him, and that was the end of that. But still,
Yeah,
it was just like, yeah.
we're done. Uh,
But still, it was just so funny because of the VTuber angle, because he actually did try, and he did manage. I'm sure probably some of those girls may have been underage. I can't tell you, but the fact he tried to be the Mao of Warhammer VTubers, which apparently is a thing.
yeah, that's I don't understand that kind of nonsense, honestly, because I have no. Dealing with Kirshi is more than enough stress for me. The idea of being at the center of a whole bunch of women and being the main person interacting with them, yeah, that's not going to be getting me hard anytime soon. Trust me, that prospect is the anti-boner for me.
I've made this argument in the old thread and then the homelands and stuff. I have my porn over here, and over this vast distance over here is my are my streamers. Never shall these two overlap.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly find it really creepy to occasionally come across lewd imagery of people that I watch online. Like, yeah, that's reaching a social convention in my.
Yeah, and I've made a joke like a couple of them are old enough to be my kids, so it's just like no, just hard no.
File logs by clicking them on the ground while crouching. Okay. Yes, so
Todd's Folly, what do you mean you don't like being abused by women proctor?
no, I'm definitely not into that, sorry. Get up. See.
I don't know. I don't know why he's specifically clipping, but Jambalaya says clipping this and sending it to Kirscher.
Look, I said that a group of women, not one woman. All right, get it right. If there's like 10 Kirishis out there, sorry, I'm out. But just the one, I'm okay with that.
To be fair, there's enough women of her to go around.
Oh yeah, there's Kirishi is definitely a very much larger than life figure. That's really part of her charm because she's one of the very few VTubers or very few content creators that I will put as main monitor content. Well, I only have one monitor, but like in spirit.
I'm making a fat joke. I don't know what you're going for.
God. You people. No.
Dude, the amount of architects on the forum, you cannot be surprised at this point. You just can't.
I'm just like, I founded TVA to get away from, well, that's why I like the Kiwi Farmers TVA VTuber thread, is that I can be on there and I don't have to see thirst posting. I can be there and I can see people that are interested in VTuber content and so on. And I'm thinking, finally, I've found people that I can trust to be with without revealing their degeneracy. And little did I know, no, I haven't found people that aren't degenerates. I've found people that are just barely socially functional enough that not be that degeneracy is not the 100% first thing that they think of every time.
The degeneracy. How do I phrase this? As long as it's not your entire mode of being, it's like saying I'm gay. Okay, well, what else? In this case, I'm a coomer. Okay, what else?
Yeah,
Don't let it be the defining characteristic, or at least in public.
yeah, that's the thing. I mean, even Kirschi has said, I don't understand when it became socially acceptable to have these kind of things be your entire personality and for people to laud and applaud you for it.
Well, you know the answer to that, and that's normalization. And you know what the end result for normalization is, particularly when it comes to the topic of degeneracy.
Yep. Yep. Hey, I'm 18 concurrent viewers. People are still joining. I'm amazed by that. I really should stream it later. I mean, but nearly 3 hours now. I am going to stop before I destroy my throat. Why do you not expect degeneracy from anime puppet show fans? I don't know. It's
Avenue Q. The internet is for porn, 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 porn.
Mister, I want to pick hairs out of my fox girls. Look, I wouldn't broadcast it on the internet, all right. I wouldn't post on the forum and say, "Hey, I got enough out of her tail for like a third of a new pillow today." That wouldn't be what I would be doing, all right?
Seth, I do understand. It has to be their personality. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Yeah. Eat Kirshi, voodoo doll Kirshi, skin Kirshi, flesh Kirshi, virtual Kirshi. I'm not quite that far yet. Like, you all say macro reticules, but no, I'm still on micro reticules. Let me just scroll up and a little bit. I really like the ambience of this mod as well. Just that's the frog croaks and stuff in the background. Oh, YouTube tried to paywall 2K resolution and immediately backpedaled on it. Woohoo. Resolution. That's what amazes me, honestly. I can't understand why anybody wants these mega high level resolutions where you can see like every nasal hair or whatever.
I understand it in theory and as an abstract concept, as a matter of practicality, because you hit the inflection point of is it worth it?
Yeah, it's just like with data sizes and so on. I'm a real because I remember using computers in like 1990s. Is that I remember when 10 megabytes was so massive that it was worth buying an entire extra storage unit for. So the idea of of games starting at like the gigabyte range, it really depresses me. Like the most about this mod is you can make bundles of sticks. Yeah, how do you make bundles of sticks? Uh,
The question, does
bundle.
it have an axe?
Yeah, the full crafting. But honestly, I'm not going to dig into that right now because I'm hungry again and I also need to go to the bathroom and we're nearly at 3 hours, so I'm going to pause here. In my opinion, the casual thirst posting is normal, but it's spiraling into Coomer territory. It becomes insufferable. Yeah, I agree. The trouble is it's a slippery slope thing. It really is a slippery slope thing because again, as I've said, there are people out there that are able to not talk about Coomer stuff. They can hold normal, regular conversations, but the thing is, the moment they see anything that is in any way NSFW or even just like thirst posting, they will immediately open the floodgates and pour out every bit of degeneracy they have on you in a vast, vomitous wave to crush you beneath their competitive levels of degeneracy. And you're just like, dude, until now, you were a perfectly decent, reasonable guy. Why are you suddenly talking to me about this horrifying fetish that you have, that you raised after I said that so-and-so looks cute in an outfit that showed 1 nano-angstrom more skin than the previous outfit?
Hey, chat, here's a life lesson from Grandpa. Just close the thread, open up X Hamster, get your rocks off, have your post nut clarity, and then go back to the thread. There, I solved the problem.
Yeah, it just... Oh no, some guy's gonna come and steal all my stuff. Oi, get off of my stuff. Go away. None of this stuff is stuff that is rare or anything. It reflexively built tons of logs for some reason. I'm still in that like the Minecraft idea that I should stockpile tons of logs for some reason, not realizing how much space they take up. Yeah,
What you should do is log off and go have dinner.
yeah, I should go up there. This is the trouble. I'm terrible at ending things, but this is a recap for people who are curious. At the weekend, I am definitely going to make another stream that is just for more forum-related stuff. That's going to be... I'll probably do it later. I'll probably do it later in the day, like at these times, because it seems like people really enjoy this. For some reason, people much prefer it at later in the day. Monitor, and you don't even have to tab out. I have no space currently on my desk for 2 monitors. I forget how big this monitor is, but it's quite a large monitor. But beside it is just a massive pile of gunpla and model kit building stuff, and beside that there is a enormous pile of condiment bottles. I have dozens of condiment bottles here for whenever I have noodles and stuff.
But do you have the dust ketchup is the real question.
No, I don't have desk ketchup. I have a little cooler underneath my desk, which I use to store the stuff that will actually go off, but anything that has vinegar and stuff in it. Hanging on the monitor from the ceiling, it's a sloped ceiling, so I can't really do that easily. But next stream, I will definitely have my next Minecraft stream. That is, I will have a laptop and be looking at chat on that, so I don't have to tab out. Is how I will do the thing.
A 2-rig setup. Progress.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting there. Shut up, Thrang. Get me started on African politics.
Save it for next time.
Yeah, next time. And I mean, I have no intention of changing my style of content. That's what really I really hated. Like when I was talking on Kirschi's stream, well, not just being in chat, is that when she was talking about Israel Palestine, I pointed out that the Jews are genetically identical, are more genetically identical to the Palestinians than the English are to the Welsh. And she looked at that and she said, "Yeah, I can't say that on Twitch." And I'm like, "What? What? You can't say that on Twitch? That's demented to me. That's insane."
Well, obviously Twitch is totally run by the Welsh, so duh.
It's just this. It's an well. It's not. Well, I'm not saying it's objective fact because I couldn't give you a perfect source on it. But how on earth are you not allowed to say something like that on a stream? It's just like how one of the guys who worked on something like the bell curve. I think he had a Nobel Prize when he published it, and then he had that stripped from him or some other prestigious award. But all of his data is factual. You can't deny it.
Something, protected class, something.
Yeah, you're not allowed to comment on reality. It's bad for field bucks. It's, finally the Proctor hand reveal. Mate, you haven't been in Kirschi's Discord. I've posted multiple pictures of my own hands. It's just they're holding birds.
And toilet rolls.
Shut up. Self.
I did too, so I can't really comment.
Right, anyway, I'm going to leave now. On that note, we are going to end the stream. Thank you all for coming. I do appreciate the number of viewers that are sticking around, especially this late in the day for now. Please don't choke the bird. Don't worry, I have much bird hand-holding experience. Birds are very safe in my hand. In fact, that's the problem. I hold them so delicately that they very often just decide, "Nah, I'm done with this," and fly away. Birds are... Shut up. Okay, I'm gonna end stream before somebody does something that keeps me around, desperately holding my legs together, trying not to go to the bathroom. So goodbye. Thank you for posting pics of me. No, I don't choke my birds. I don't do nasty things to my birds. They are all my pets. I only eat their eggs, which are very delicious. But yes, good night. I'm looking away from chat so you don't distract me with another inane comment. Good night.